Tom Grossi's in the building.
I do hate the Vikings. Yeah.
The Detroit Lions got Brian Branch. Packers could have had Brian Branch.
Mahomes just fires it and intercepted! P for the D! Going deep for it, going for it all. Caught! And nobody's there! Run! What happened, Bears? What happened? Who would have thought?
I know. Look at us.
Quick throw.
Oh! Look at us.
Yes!
Let's make some noise.
He's gotta go finish the story.
Oh my God.
Wait, he caught that? This game is on drugs.
Sorry, Wildflower just must have inhaled too much.
Why right again? Why would you do this, scriptwriter? Half a frackin' million people. We raised a frickin' $1 million for charity.
The NFL Fan of the Year is Green Bay Packers fan Tom Grossi.
That's me.
It's frickin' time.
Grossi Posse Nation, welcome to an episode of Podcast where you don't, any Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. Totally caught that pen. Grossi, how we fracking do it? 20 seconds. Okay, good. At least we're getting in back into the 20-second range. I feel like the intros have really taken a step back. I feel like the lungs aren't being roused enough. The pen is blue. The pen is blue! How the heck we all doing? No, I did not get a chance to go to the P.O. box. There is no mail time. I apologize, but there is a Moosey. Hi, buddy. Oh, here comes a Moosey. Here comes a bring back the lungs. Totally caught it. Totally caught that pen. Look, see? Easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. How the heck we all doing? Hope we're having a fantastic Friday. We made it. We made it. made it to the weekend. Oh, boy. I didn't know. This was a week. This was a long week. We'll move to Wisconsin, hopefully right before or right after the draft. That's the hope. That is the hope. But again, we'll see. I'm aiming for April. That is what I'm aiming for. If not, we do it in May. We'll figure it out. It's fine. I will say, a lot of, not to tease anything, a lot of coach happening right now. A lot of planning, a lot of scheming, a lot of finalizing that's going on right now. So, short? I wish. It was not. Oof, went to a Packer! HL Tour vegan pad thai sounds busted for some reason. Bro, it's delicious. I mean, the only thing really that's taken out usually is like egg, because that's found in there usually a good amount. SP to fiver. Flag. Boom. There you go. Am I streaming on Twitch? I used to back in the day, but honestly, the problem is I wouldn't be able to give a great streaming experience to the folks at Twitch, because we already, I mean, what's a small game now stream for us is like 4,000 to 5,000 people, right? So unfortunately, if I'm going to be so focused on YouTube, because that's where this whole platform is, and this is where everything is, I wouldn't be able to really pay attention to what's going on Twitch, and I wouldn't want to give fans a bad experience there. Lucky with I tried faux. Oh, yes, I have. New Paltz actually has a pretty decent faux place. Yeah. Not bad. It's not bad. Not too shabby. So, let's see. What do you think about the 49ers? They're okay. I mean, they're injured. So, it's tough to see, what they're really made of right this second. But I think a really good test will be against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a fantastic defense. So, if they're able to put up points, we're going to see. Just saying. Are the Broncos going 14-3? No, they are not. No. I would be shocked. But then again, Bro, I have to say, we've been doing predictions now for many years. Last night was one of the most embarrassing in terms of just my picks. I was like, man, I just whiffed on this. I just whiffed bad. So it happens. This season has humbled me. So we'll see. Everything a year. Congrats on the crown. Happy, holy freaking frackin' moly. Where's the time gone? Been a pleasure being a part of the Grossi for already a year. Hey, let's go. Go Chiefs. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I whiffed too. Again, it's just my cat missed nothing. Rachel, I also love how quickly we're able to transition. You'd be like, you know what? Again, didn't miss anything. Didn't miss anything. Thoughts about the Bills? Bills are fun. I really like the Amari Cooper trade. I think that could do some really nice things for their offense. I think they can. So we'll see. Hey, Rachel, I get it. I get it. Making light and using humor to navigate trauma? No. I would have no idea what that means. Nay. Buyers? No, Dakota. I don't think the Broncos are really going to be buyers because why would they be? And I mean that with all due respect. It's just like that team, obviously, on the offense, they're missing some playmakers. But I think that they're going to let it rock and kind of wherever they land in the draft, they land, and that'll be it. Bears starting to make me nervous? No. I'm nervous about my own team. I have to worry about the Packers every single week. So, no, I'm not thinking about the Bears right now. James, do you hate the Dallas Cowboys? Hate's a strong word. Do I love making fun of them? Absolutely. Is it helped because they're quote-unquote America's team, and every single time they blow it, it's increasingly hilarious? Absolutely. Hate is a strong word, though. I don't hate the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's a lot of fun to make fun of them. First time? No, I've been nervous lots of times. 11 more weeks, 10. That's it. We'll see for you. What's going on? They're not the purple incarnation of Satan. It's true. Really don't like them. That's fair. That is fair. Yeah. It's interesting, too. And I saw that a lot when I went international, too. A lot of people just don't like Jerry Jones. Amica! Speaking of international, appreciate you, Amica. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Appreciate you. Brand new folks, join the Discord. BLV with a 5er. Stefanski a reason the Browns are bad. Certain Browns fans keep saying Deshaun's awful play is masking bad traits from other areas like coaching. I think it's a mix of things. I think you obviously, Deshaun Watson, let's just be very, very honest. Like, he's just bad. He is a bad. And while many are rooting on his downfall, and I am thoroughly enjoying him just sucking, I think that's a problem. Not having Nick Chubb, which now is going to change on Sunday, is a problem. Being kind of limited in the kind of offense that you can. Because if you can't trust your quarterback and you don't even have a great run game, what do you got, right? So the offense is going to struggle regardless. So I think it's a mix. And then Stefanski, I think definitely could be better in some areas, but he's kind of doing it with 2 hands tied behind his back right this second. So I'm willing to kind of give him a little bit of a pass, because look what they were able to do with Joe Flacco. Rio Tours got my first union paycheck. Let's go! Kevin! Thanks for the 5 memberships. Appreciate you. Let's go. Brand new members, join the Discord. Kung Fu. Flag. The winter warning. There you go, Arkin up, dude. I wish they had the yellow stripe, but other than that, I think they're solid. A gym workout music. Oh, I'm now officially gym workout music. Pump it. Bop it. Twist it. Oh, it's a different thing. LQ 40. I listened Lions Cowboys game stream this week. It was glorious. After the cloning machine, I got to engineer better trophies for the NFL. Yes, I think that was the best part about this past week, right? In which obviously the Fan of the Year trophy broke, but then people were like, "Oh, it's just 3D print." Yeah, it's just 3D printed. But if Texas has devastated injuries on the defense side of the ball, oh, I know. LQ, grammar mistake, entire point thrown in the garbage. That's it. Will Sirianni make it a full season? All right, Eagles fans, I have a legit question. And I know it's tough to separate from that. If I'm not mistaken, my perspective is that obviously the Eagles offense not doing that great. They just got a whole bunch of their star players back, etc. I feel like the majority of anti-Nick Sirianni sentiments are coming from the fans, and that is to be expected. Philadelphia holds the Eagles to a very high level. Expectations are high. I don't know if it's within the organization. I could be wrong, but do you think it's more of from like the fan standpoint of, hey, Nick Sirianni ain't the guy, rather than from the organization? I think it's a little bit more of that, in my opinion. Amica, 30 months! Let's go. Kid you not, I'm visiting a town called Stroud right now. Big love to you and the posse. Do they have a moon? Stroud. Enjoy. That's pretty phenomenal. Gotta visit there at some point. Stroud. What an excellent town name. Excellent. Bucks regular season. What I have them at? Like 10, 11 wins? Yeah, I think it's gonna be around there still. Yeah, it's around there. What moon? Josh with fire. Sirianni's a clown, but Hurts is the problem. Not Sirianni. Can't run an NFL offense. Ooh. That, like, what I mean, though, is that I think Sirianni is going to be given... I don't see him getting fired within the next, like, by the end of the month, right? Like, I don't think that that's going to happen. It's also going to be interesting to see how they look against the Giants. But, yeah, their offense is... No rules with a turret. Hank Hill, 100% is all in on the Texans. Well, first mistake. Didn't name them the Strouds. That's the first one. LQ almost called the Texans the Strouds today. Right? It's spreading. How long can they flex Sunday night? Is it week 8? I think it's week 8, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say 8. I could be wrong. So, yeah, we'll see. Now, if they lose to the Giants, he'll probably be gone. I mean, it wouldn't be a good look. Matt with a 20. It's more realistic. Max Crosby or Myles Garrett to the Lions. Crosby, but I don't think either is going to happen, though. Again, from the Lions standpoint, I don't think they're doing it. I think from the Raiders standpoint, they're not doing it. From the Browns standpoint, I don't think they're doing it. So I think it's neither. Max Crosby by a hair, but again, I don't think either is going to happen. I would genuinely be shocked, but considering, again, I talked about this on GPS, how the Lions have built their team over these past few years, it would very much go against the grain. Batman Torsiani is starting to lose the locker room. We'll see. It's going to get really interesting in Philly then. If that's the case, it's going to get really interesting. So, oh yeah, Matt, the city will be absolutely. I mean, it's going to be bad because it's already up to a boil, in terms of just the Eagles, where they were last year, how they ended the season. There's like, okay, let's blame all the coordinators, which weren't good, by the way. And now it's like, all right, well, they're gone. So, yeah, I think it's a bunch. I think Nick Sirianni is, for, maybe I'm wrong, but I think for Eagles fans, Sirianni is tolerable when they're winning and is just punchable when they're not. Jim, 21 months. Been a very crazy season so far. Can't wait to see what happens this weekend. Hope for good games and maybe some upsets. Yeah, this week, this slate of games should be really, really fun. I mean, there's like 3 games already that I'm circling that like this could be a lot of fun. Michael DeFire, spooky horror movie you like to revisit every year. About to rent Trap Shyamalan's new movie. Ooh, there you go. I like to revisit every year. I know it's not spooky, but like Nightmare Before Christmas, if I can. That's just like a classic though. But I don't know if there's a horror movie I go back to every year. I don't think so. No. Last horror movie I watched, I saw, oh man, what was it called? Is it like Devil in Prime Time or something like that? Or on Nighttime, whatever. It was pretty solid. That was pretty good. I saw another one too, and I don't even remember what it was at this point. Neuro's on fire. A rumor that Green Bay, I've gotten Garrett, and I almost lost my mind because that'd be the ultimate revenge against the Lions for stealing. Okay. It's that time of the year again. We're getting closer. Appreciate it, Flip. We're getting closer to the trade deadline. Can we not, and this is just a PSA, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Can we not just trust random-ass Instagram accounts? Can we not? And I know, especially on Twitter, it's made it a lot harder because everybody got check mark and all that great stuff, right? But exercise some caution as to where these rumors are coming from. Because I know what you're talking about. Not so much. So I don't think that's happening. Nuke Fire, no question. Just want to say I love your streams and content. Much rather mute the games and watch your commentary. Go back up. Nuke, I appreciate you. Thank you, and thank you. All right, Flip, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Harry. Stern! So, this is my sports luck. Guardians-Yankees game, top of the 10th. Hulu has a mass blackout. I missed a 2-run homer for the Guards to win the game. Life of a Cleveland fan. Yeah, that's honestly ridiculous. Truly. Wait, Amika's birthday! Hey! Happy freaking fracking birthday, Amika. What if Cicero wasn't prescribed? Ooh, what if Mark Antony won the Battle of Actium? What if the gunpowder plot succeeded? Korean War had a winner. What if Athens wasn't democratic? That last one, Luke, interesting. So, there's a video that I always showed my my civics students before, like when we kind of like were starting to get into government and stuff. And I think I'm 99% sure I mentioned this on stream like 3 years ago. But I think it's like the School of Life or something. There's a video. It's super short. It's like 4 to 5 minutes. And it's about how Socrates hated, it's not even hated, it's kind of like a clickbaity title, but was weary about democracy and talking about how demagogues get elected because the general populace, if it's just given, like, is just going to vote. And they use the example of like the candy shop owner and the doctor's like, yeah, like I gotta give you shots and all that stuff to make you healthy. And then the candy shop owners be like, look how much they hurt you. I'm just gonna give you candy. And who like the public is gonna vote for. So it was super interesting because I was talking about it with a fellow teacher. Because I love opening class like that because it forces students to then like defend the aspects of democracy because it becomes like a big debate and class-wide discussion. So yeah, super fun. But also, oh boy, a lot of things in that video. It's like, whoo, everything in the fire. Sorry, Tom, picked the Strouds beat the Packers this week. Believe in CJ and the Strouds too much. Either way, it should be the best game of the week. I don't know if it's gonna be the best, but it's close. But it's pretty, yeah, Vikings-Lions could be up there. I'm telling you, it could be good. Jason at 5. Could the Browns be tanky or just getting the best draft capital to help rebuild the players they have? I don't think they're tanking. I think that they are going to wait till the last possible second to pull Deshaun Watson because once you admit that, whether they're willing to or not, people are going to get fired. Like, people are going to lose their job. That is such a catastrophic trade to a franchise that not only was like on the up and up, had like all the positive PR, especially, you know, like Baker was playing and they beat the Steelers. I remember that stream, like that was a fantastic stream. And everybody was a Cleveland Browns fan at that time. And not only to just put a pitiful performance on the field, but to also ruin the goodwill that you have established, not just with, you know, the other outside the Cleveland Browns fan base, but you're diehard Browns fans. Like, that's, bro, like, that is, yeah. Someone, I don't like to call for heads, but someone needs to get fired for that. Because that's unacceptable. So, Nathan, welcome to the posse. Appreciate you. Read with a fire, more like Troy Paper Lions, where they would fall to the blizzarding warriors of the frozen tundra. Go back, go. Amber guy, appreciate you. That's right, the Kraken, baby. Woo! They scored like 2 goals in like 8 seconds or something. David Fire. Tom, which games you streaming Sunday besides Packers Strouds in the primetime game? Doing the Super Bowl rematch, and then because I lost on clickbait, I'm doing the London game too. So I'm streaming 4 games on Sunday. God help me. God, and now apparently one with Perna. So hell yeah, we're gonna rock. We're gonna rock. Sorry, Flip. The Kraken gonna crack. It happens, noob. It happens. It happens. Yeah, so you have the Eagles winning the division. Again, I think it's just for the Commanders. They're so much fun to watch. My thing with them is long-term, right? Like, how is that defense going to look week 13? That's kind of what I want to see right now, but it's fun. It's fun. Luke Tur, what about the other what-ifs? Bro, hold on. These are essay questions. Gunpowder. Even if the gunpowder plot succeeded, I don't know. I mean, V for Vendetta's probably not made. Or maybe it's made earlier. I don't know that. Korean War had a winner. Depends on who that winner is. But if it's going to embolden whatever country who wins. So, yeah. Mark Antony, bro, that guy ain't winning it. That guy ain't winning it. Nay. Sorry, Mark Antony. Not happening. Andrew Terra, top worked politics and government my whole career and started with my high school gov teacher, so I have so much respect for you because the way you taught politics and gov sounds amazing. I appreciate you, Andrew. Hell yeah. No, I actually really enjoyed it because I will be very, very honest with you. So there's like AP Gov. I would absolutely dread teaching that class. And the true reason, I just find it so dry. It's so dry. And so then at that point, you go, okay, what are you trying to actually do? So civics is a senior class. It is a mandatory class, but there's no regents or anything associated with it because you do have a bit of freedom within the curriculum. There's standards within New York State, but you have a lot of freedom there. And the way that I teach it is like through, talking about past events, like talking about philosophers, which we did this on this channel when I taught it a few weeks ago. Like bringing in Enlightenment philosophers and the idea about human nature and if people are like good or bad, if society is corrupting them, what kind of leader do they need, etc. So just getting your idea of what people are like, and that is not something that's going to be taught by me, the teacher. That's something that they're coming in with, right? And that can change throughout their lives. They might think that people are terrible. They might think people are great. And then as their lives go on, that might flip-flop. But it forces them to personally have a say in like politics, but also like philosophy on human nature, which is really, that's what government is. Because I think that based off your beliefs about human beings, that is the kind of government that you try to strive for. If you think people are generally good, then you might lean towards more of like a democratic, like socialist kind of idea where it's like, hey, people coming together and either voting or helping one another, community, etc. If you think like Thomas Hobbes and are like, no, like people are fickle, they're selfish, they suck, then you might think like, hey, maybe we need to go totalitarian or some type of just like authoritative government. And yeah, it makes it super fun because it makes it, one, relative to them, and two, they don't have to read anything, right? Like they don't have to do work or anything. Like they walk in and they already have an opinion. It's just about extrapolating that and saying, okay, now let's put it in this lens. So yeah, it's super fun. I love teaching it. But yeah, AP Gov, bro, I couldn't do. That Wolf Day Tour game has the most flags on Sunday. Ooh, you know what? Jets Steelers could be. Jets Steelers. We might see in primetime. We could. But we'll see how Ref does. We'll see. Egg you to fire. Second time asking for Per to play Pal World instead of Pokemon as a punishment. Buddy, Godspeed. I think the only way he has to like lose. Yeah, he has to lose significantly because the problem is like, yeah, you could play Pal World, but I think it would have to be Pokemon, and he has to get like a Game Boy or something like that. Virtual Tour, you still have that Athens video, by the way? Yeah, I literally just watched it like 2 weeks ago. I think it's, hold on. School of Life Soccer. Yeah, there we go. It's this one. I promise it's not a Rick roll. Yeah, that's the video I'm talking about. Again, it's like 4 minutes, but it's just interesting. And again, it's not to be like, oh my God, democracy's bad. No, it's more of, hey, like, let's defend the principles of it and like why you stand up for it. And like, this is why this is important, but also identifying flaws. And then we get and talk about like improvement. And that's usually when I'll segue into then they can create their own government. So students will get into groups, create their own kind of government, and then justify why. Andrew saying, funny enough, it was an AP Gov, thank God. He did his own thing, similar to how you teach. That just made the difference. And also, Steelers go Super Bowl. Steelers go Super Bowl. That's it. Everything, what a 20. Oh, God, Tom, feel so bad for you having to stream the London game. Get a ton of coffee ready so you don't fall asleep. I'll see you in Perna Chiefs 49ers. Watching Perna suffer. Watching the Chiefs win brings me joy. That's fair. That's fair. No, I don't drink coffee, so it's just going to be an exhausting day. Yeah, it's going to be rough, but Perna streaming with me actually is super helpful because if I'm a little bit late to that stream can continue to, like, it could start still, just in case I have to film a reaction or what have you, because still gotta get those videos out. Also with a $5. Flag indeed. No rules with tour team has been the most disappointing so far. Ooh. I mean, the Bengals, to how they have started the season, has been pretty disappointing, I'd say. That's been pretty bad. In terms of overall play, I mean, the Jaguars are like the epitome of disappointing right now. And Perna mentioned this today on GPS. It's just the amount of talent that's on that team too is like, that one sucks, man. That hurts. Guillermo, what about Tom? Go on the Raiders game, Ram game on Sunday. Think there's a 0.5% that we don't get blown out. I mean, Cooper Kupp might come back. It wouldn't help, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be great. Maybe have a shot. Maybe, Guillermo. I believe. Fire what they fire. Is there a time in history you find boring, or do you find all history fascinating? Oh my god, I definitely do not find all history fascinating. 1,000,000% no. I also have my specialties, right? And the way that worked is like I obviously learned all types of history when I was in college, because when you're a history concentration for my secondary ed degree, they're like, okay, you take like world history, like you take Middle Eastern histories in there, Asian histories in there, then like US histories in there, and I took like everything. So I took survey courses on like ancient civilizations, especially because like Global 9 really focuses on that. A bunch of US, which is where US history before then, I had found the way that it had been taught to me the majority of my educational, like as a career as a student, it was pretty damn dry. The best social studies teacher in high school I had was a global teacher. Shout out Mr. Egan. He was dope. And he was also the person that I was like, oh, maybe I could teach, like, because the way that he presented, he was a really good teacher. And then, but US has always like been presented to me like really, really dry. And so it wasn't until I got into college that US history became fascinating, because we did social and cultural history. And that became like my favorite topics to talk about. But in terms of boring, yeah, like when it gets like, when it's very memorization based, whether it's court cases or things like that, I have no interest in that. I like to paint the picture and, you know, connect all the points. So that I find boring. Some commercial revolution stuff is pretty boring. But for the most part, I mean, my job was to make farming, like slash and burn farming, interesting to ninth graders at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So you're going to have some love for the content in order to teach it, because otherwise it's going to be the most boring lesson ever. Amplifier, Prentice Punishment should be getting a ticket to a home Denver game, so he can't watch the game, but he has to wander to the stadium and play Pokemon Go. That would be phenomenal. Zachi with a tenor. Tom, community college students studying computer science. Your thoughts on state government funding tuition for community colleges and trade schools, but not four-year universities? Ooh, hell yeah. That's a great question. Okay. Community college student, right? Studying computer, Scott. Thoughts on state government's funding tuition for community colleges and trade schools, but not four-year universities? Well, I think it depends, right? So the four-year universities, and I want to be specific here. Are you talking about like state schools? Because the reference point that I'm using is I live in New York right now. So I'm talking about SUNY. I went to a SUNY school, right? So that is a state school in New York that I went to. And I loved it. It was fantastic. But it's significantly cheaper because it's an in-state school, right? So I think that to provide that for community colleges and also for trade school is 100% the way to go. If we're talking about private four-year universities, no, bro, like they're charging like insane amounts, what have you. And that's, you know, unfortunately never regulated, one. And then two, that's going to be a matter of, can you afford to go there and can you get in based off of your academics? So I think that's not where the government should step in with that. I think if the government is stepping in at all where it comes to four-year private universities, to be like, hey, there has to be a cap on how much you're raising tuition, because that is insane. But no, I think the benefit or the kind of push or support for trade schools and community colleges is super duper important. Whether it's people going back to community college, right, to get a second degree, whether they're going as like kind of, hey, I didn't get the best grades in high school, and so I'm going to go. I know plenty of students who did this, and friends of mine did this, went to community school for a year, then transferred and got into their dream schools, right? Just to be given an opportunity in a college setting to flourish. Hell yeah, that's dope. And trade schools are a phenomenal alternative as well. So I'm all about it. But yeah, so you new thoughts. I'm going to put Tom, do you know the NHL scriptwriter? Not personally. Nathan! Thanks for the 10 memberships. I appreciate you. Brand new members. Join the Discord. Times with a fire. Tom, live in central Pennsylvania, real close to 3 Mile Island, which is reopening. What effect would a Chernobyl-style meltdown have on the USA? Oh, okay. It's gonna be one of those nights. Phenomenal. Well, okay, so that's a layered question. So, I live within a decent vicinity of Indian Point, which is a nuclear power plant. And I grew up, and I remember in high school, people talking about shutting the plant down, especially like this is a post 9/11 world, and people are worried about attacks. And, you know, this is a nuclear facility that is near everything, et cetera, just demonizing nuclear energy, right? Chernobyl is Chernobyl due to significant, like, incompetence on a government level and also on a personnel level. So if you're talking about just like a nuclear, like, it's not good, but the response to it will be so much better. So yeah, Chernobyl's like not Chernobyl without the incompetence of many people. So I don't think it's as, is it good? No, of course not. It would not be good. But the response that the government would be expected to have would be, I mean, the bar is on the ground, leaps and bounds better. So, yeah, you know a lot more now. Jay Spire, remember to have some tea with honey for Sunday. I'll keep your voice. Also, over under on P for the D Sunday. Ooh, P for the D. I'm going like 6. 6 for the whole day. Jonathan Fire, Tom, how are you? Pretty good, buddy. How you doing? Record update got Gojira, Magma, and Ghost Impera. Impera, I'm literally listening to it after Q&A. I literally have a note upstairs on a Post-it. I have not forgotten. I have not. Logan Fire, how you doing, Tom? Love your impression when you say flag. Flag? I'm doing all right. Yeah, it was a long week. Long week. But we made it. We done did it. So, yeah. But yeah, nuclear, 100%. Well, nuclear has, like, been demonized. And again, I get it in terms of just, like, nuclear energy in of itself does not have a ton of educational resources in terms of that's, like, super accessible to the public. And anytime nuclear energy is in the media, it's usually for a negative reason, right? Or it's a kind of negative slant towards it. So yeah, unfortunately, because of that, right, it has dissuaded a lot of nuclear energy. But knowing what we do now, yeah, we're rocking. We're good. I'm Tom Tour, excuse me. Tom, top 5 sports movies and top 5 war movies. Ooh, war movies? Not in any order, but like 1917's up there. Saving Private Ryan, of course. Glory's good. I don't know. I had to think about the war ones. I don't watch like a ton of war. Sports movie? Remember the Titans, bro. Come on. Not even close. Remember this, the Titans. It's just number 1. There's good ones. Like, if you want to go to the childhood too, like, bro, Mighty Ducks. Come on now. Come on. Grew up on Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks, phenomenal. Gotta go. Yeah, Rudy's good. Field of Dreams, gotta go on there too. Sandlot has to be on there. Yo, someone say Space Jam. Miracle is very good. Rhaegar, we don't need to worry about Chernobyl happening. Florida will be going away. That is kind of a real problem. Oh yeah, but no. It's fine though. It's totally fine, right? Good. Scoop with a 20. Tom, live in Orange County, New York. Hey, and work in Hawthorne out your way. Recently did work in the old Indian Point Emergency Response Center. Fun fact, it was repurposed during COVID as the first response center in New York. That is a fun fact. Yeah, we used to have like Indian Point drills at school. Like I remember this vividly. I think it was high school or it was very end of middle school. Like there was a big push because there was a huge concern about it. Again, you're like in a post 9/11 world. And it was, okay, here's what we're going to do. Like, we're going to get people on the bus, right? We're going to, like, transfer them here, and then you're going to take, like, anti-radiation pills, and then we're going to bus you somewhere else. And students then would be like, are we going to, like, die? Like, what's going on? And we'd ask questions, and the teachers were not equipped to answer. And the best part is you had science teachers, whenever the question was asked to them, and I I remember a student raising their hand and going, like, so will we die? Like, if something happened to Indian Point, like, are we gonna die? And the teacher, like, looked him dead in the face and was like, depends on the wind. Like, just so matter-of-factly. They're like, wind's blowing your way? Yeah, you're gone. Like, that's it. And it was just the way I appreciate, especially from science teachers, that it was just so, yeah, just depends on the wind. Not like coddling, no bedside manner of like, no, little Billy, like, you'll be okay. It's like, well, it depends on, yeah, you're going, sorry. Wilkins with a fire. Sorry, I'm late. Give any peeks what the scripted for Monday Night Football was going to be before the Adams and Cooper trades. Ooh. Just give any peeks. No, not, well, it's not about the trades. Oh, you're talking about like the one that I made before. It was similar, but the focus wasn't on like the trade. So the problem was the way that the script is layered is I like to build jokes throughout the script, right? Or like the callbacks to it. So whether it's ref, saying flag, or it's you forgot that the Panthers existed because they were the first ones to say something in the video, and now they're coming in 3/4 of the way through the video, etc. So I like to stack jokes, and that's just how I like to layer and write the script. So the problem was the whole end is completely different, and it just had nothing to do with receivers, but it was like that give and take of like, oh, you're going to give this to the Jets. What are you going to give the Bills? And I wouldn't have had anything for that. So once like Cooper got traded, then I was like, okay, you can exchange those things, and the ending changed. So if that makes sense, that answers the question. Packwood at 5 are saying, what'd you take on our next game, Tom? Thanks always. Appreciate Pack Attack. Dude, I think I'm so excited. Now, I will say, like, the Strouds, they got some losses on defense, which I think is definitely going to help the Packers, because those are some good players that they're missing. Man, like, I really hope we see the pass rush. It's going to be tough, but I think it's a great test for the offensive line. And yeah, I think there's a good chance the Packers win. That might like surprise people, but I think if they play like they did against Arizona, and again, it's against a higher quality team, like that's not saying anything about the Strouds right now, but with their defenders hurt right now, got receivers missing, I think the Packers got him. I think they will. I feel pretty good about this game. So, let's see. BK, welcome to the posse. Appreciate you. History Day Fiver. Tom, I'd like to know your thoughts if the Chiefs were to three-peat this year. They should, since the script writer's a Chiefs fan. Oh, it'd be amazing for scripted. I'd be bored. It'd just be boring. But, yeah, it'd be perfect for content. I'll tell you that much. New with Fire. No questions. Want to say love your vids. Also decide to become a fan of the Strouds. They look scary. Good call. Get to keep your car that way. Good call. Logan with Fire. One last thing before I go milk the cow. What's your opinion on ducks, and why are they way better than the honking incarnation of Satan geese? That's a very fair question. Ducks are dope. Ducks are, yeah, they poop, but everybody poops. Yeah, ducks are cool. Geese, I don't have it anymore, but like for a really long time, I got bit by a goose. Yeah, it's a memory. I was a very small child, and I had bread in my hand. We were at like some park. There was a gazebo or something, and I had bread in my hand, and I was just like, I see a goose. I'm going to go feed him some bread, which you're not really supposed to do now. I was young. I didn't know I was 2. It was 1992 or whatever it was. And I went over, and this mother-loving duck I went like this, and that mofo bit me on the knuckle. And I literally had like a red spot above my knuckle for like years. It took forever to go away. I was trying to give him some bread. It's not right. Anyway, I still prefer geese over the Minnesota Vikings. Andrew, I think Civil War had to happen to free the slaves. You don't think it could have happened without any other bloodshed? God, that's a question. Just like personal take? No. Not even gonna touch the cultural aspect. Not even gonna touch that. The economic incentive for the South to keep things the way that they were would make or break like that entire Southern economy. Or so they argued, or so that's what in primary sources we read, those were the concerns. So yeah, I think they're holding on to that. Yeah, they're not. I don't think so. I think it happens how it happens. Paul at a fiver. May have been said in passing on GPS. There's a chance for a Grossi Perna mushroom trip next summer. About fan event group trip could be fun. I will be straight up. There is no way on God's green earth that Perna and I are going to do a fan event with mushrooms. There is no shot. Perna, like if I able to get him, that will be an achievement. But my man, we were nervous going into the Denver fan event. We got a lot less nervous there. But mushrooms? Oh no. Okay, can't wait for Thursday Night Football scripted. Well, Thursday Night Football reaction came out. So Mitchell will take fire. Tom, started the original Dragon Ball and bought the new game because you made me want to get in DBZ, but who's Wildflower's favorite DBZ character? Ooh. Favorite character for Wildflower. Hold on. No. Ah, damn. Forgot the character's name. You think the cat? Honestly, it might be Mr. Popo. It might. Put those two in a room together. Be interesting. DBZA, Mr. Popo. Oh my god. Dalton, teaching history, how do you show that everything based on perception can be good or bad? Trade, colonization, wars leading to R&D. It's a great question, right? So, one of the first, I mentioned this, I think, a couple weeks ago. One of my, the first lessons that I love teaching to freshmen is when we get into ancient Chinese philosophies and we get into talking about, Shi Huangdi, and talking about building the Great Wall and how many people it cost to do that, right? And I posed the question to them, is it worth it? So I ask a whole bunch of 13-year-olds. I'm like, hey, is it worth killing tens of thousands of people for the idea of progress? Oof. And now we're a month or a month and a half in at this point. So there's a rapport and everything like that. And that is, that leads to, and again, it's things that they just pull in from what they've learned, and it forces them to have an opinion. And that's what this is all about, right? Because teaching history is also teaching critical thinking. So I think once you get into breaking down a document and looking at a document, not just for reading what the content is, but looking for tone, who's the author, where is this coming from, does this have a bias with it? That is what's really important. And I take that same lens on how we look at a document, and we look at history like that and say, okay, so let's talk about colonization, right? The positives. Well, those positives are going to be very, 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 very biased because the people who are writing the history books, right, that's just where that's coming from. So it's about acknowledging that and saying, yes, okay, this is the benefits for those colonizers, right? Here's what comes out of that. However, here is also the significant downside with that. And I think looking at history from that lens, and you could be judgmental, sure, but you need to have a level key about yourself and say, okay, what am I looking at here? Because if I'm really looking at both sides, so I can at least understand, do not have to agree, don't have to agree with anything, but to understand the other POV, not only is going to make you, a better student, but you can critically think about documents differently, and that's going to help you with essays, etc. So, yeah, that's history. But history is super biased, and that's also what's fun. Reading, telling a teenager that, and I know, honestly, now it's super different, but even 5 years ago, being hey, that thing that you read might not be true because the author that wrote it, right, or it might heavily be biased towards something. And teaching students to identify that is just a life skill that's great, but it kind of changes the way that a lot of students think about reading. And I'm not talking about just for my class. And that, I think, is the best part about it. So, Bill, back in New Jersey, where my uncle lived out in the forest. Yes, he had a house. He had attack geese to warn if anyone was on the property. Bro, I ain't going anywhere. There's attack geese. I get it. Delgood Fire, 2 questions. What point in content creation do you see this being sustainable? What point were you in a good place after your divorce? Ooh, 2 really good questions. Okay, so the first one. The first one was at the very end of 2020. 2018 was Sunday Night Football, which was just an amazing experience. But that didn't like lead to anything, right? Like I just continued rocking and rolling. 2019, when I started putting out content 5 days a week, minimum, it grew a good amount, but before 2020, I think the most I had made, I tell the way it's 2015 to 2018, I made like $200 from like January to January on YouTube. I made like my first few $1,000s, and I mean like $3,000 in 2018. And then I think 2019 was like 19,000. So it wasn't sustainable at all yet. And then 2020 happened, and the Jordan Love draft happened, and that clip happened, and that helped. And then as soon as September hit, we hit 100,000 subscribers. The problem was, like in my personal life, COVID had happened, and I didn't know if it was going to cancel the NFL season. So I was like, okay, well, if I decide to take a huge risk, because I just finished a leave replacement, if I take a huge risk, and at that point I had been done in April, and I was able to actually work with just doing YouTube from April to August full time, like my only full time, which was a huge difference. And I just pumped out content in 2020 during the pandemic. And then I was like, hey, if the NFL gets canceled, like I'm screwed. And I just like quit my job to do football. It's just what I thought it could do. Because I think January of 2020 was really good because I started streaming a lot more, etc. So it wasn't until the end of 2020 where I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. But also like mentally, because I was doing this so full time while also teaching full time. And it was really rough teaching because it was all virtual and it was just not a fun way to teach. And so I knew in November of 2020 that I was going to leave teaching on the last day. So like June 25th, 21, I knew it was going to be my last day in November. So yeah, it took 5 years. It took 5 years from 2015 to 2020 for this to be like, okay, I have a good feeling that this could be sustainable. Because I tried it before, in which the Monticello job didn't work out. So I left there and I quit my job video, which I did. And then I became a perm sub for 2 weeks. And I literally couldn't pay bills. Like I was making $130 from perm subbing. I was making a few dollars a day doing this. So I couldn't pay bills. So I took the leave replacement job. So yeah, it took 5 years. And then being okay after the divorce, I threw myself into therapy because I had been putting off therapy because it was one of those things like, yeah, I would like to do that. And then just excuse. And then it literally took like just overworked, getting 3 hours of sleep a night for an entire school year, working 2 jobs, like legitimately physically absolutely obliterated, going through a divorce, like emotionally and mentally just shot. Darkest year of my life in 21. But it was like, okay, I threw myself into work and I threw myself into therapy and just kind of rocked with that. And I would say like it took a while. But I would say, and I don't think this is like a big surprise, but like after 30, like 30 and 30 helped a lot. It helped a lot. Like just doing like all that just good and just meeting incredible people. Yeah, it put me in like okay, starting to prioritize like what's important in life and like what I want to do and like, you know, with this and just like with my life and all that great stuff. So yeah, I would say it took a good, 2 years. It took a little bit, but we got there. Logan Fire, excellent answer. You'll be visited by Water Duck. A week of hydration to you. Appreciate you. I gotta get water. Rio with Day Tour. First full clickbait meetup in Peru. Ayahuasca time. That's it. That's just get in the tent. It'll be a time. Bills with a 7. Let's take to a Bills Bunker Tom Grossi collab. I'm your guy talking anything Bills. By the way, thanks for the raid. Got Cheesehead from Trip to Green Bay. Hey, let's go. During the season's really tough. Off season, 100%. Happy to do so. Yeah, just like it has to be post-draft. I will, full warning, I'd be attempting to move next summer, so if it takes a little while to get back, my apologies. But yeah, totally cool. Off season. Brother at Tour, bye week, 31, Cowboys 9, second quarter 358. It's true. BK with a Tour. Don, so great to be a member. Go Commanders. Hey, Wildflower loves you. He does. He does. Read Onion articles. Oh, that's great. Hector with 20. Tom, make a top 5 worst video this season. Yes. I was going to do it probably around the halfway mark. So week 9. Yeah, probably around like week 9. Most likely. So, oh yeah, Kevin. It's all good. All right, I'm going to grab water real quick, and then we'll crack a beer, and then we'll rock. So hold on. Hold on. HEL. I used to love Blue Moon, and I still do, but Allagash White is my new go-to. And they're not even sponsoring. It's just that good. Got people rousing. Chair, Herman, no other names. Brother with a Tour, Tom Grossi, Charlie Barron's crossover. I don't know. Charlie has an agent, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah, definitely has an agent. But, yeah, so I don't know if I'd have to go to him. I don't know if I have to go to agent. I don't know. Amelia, came in late. Was the white shirt under the scriptwriter robe a mistake? I'm so happy to clear this up. I'm so happy. Okay. So, I got that out on Wednesday. I am editing the final, 40 seconds of the video, and I realize, oh crap, I didn't change my undershirt. So, was it a mistake? 1,000,000%. Was it early? It was early. In the grand scheme of things, because of my mistake, I have to move up a storyline that I wanted to do. So, it's okay. I wish I'd changed the shirt, but it doesn't change any storyline that I still am going to do. So just gotta make it sooner. It's not the first time. It's fine. Jetta 552, Tom, I have my first therapy session this week. It's gonna hurt, but I need to do it. What should I expect, and how can I get the most out of it? Ooh, that's a great question. I think how to get the most out of it, the easiest thing is, right, you just gotta talk. You gotta talk. It's gotta come out that way. And I think, it depends on a couple different things. Depends on how you approach therapy. But it's also your therapist, right? So might not vibe with therapist, and then that's when you should go find somebody else who's suitable. Don't give up on therapy entirely until it just doesn't work for you. But I think going in there and being able to learn the vocabulary to talk about things that you've never talked about before, that was probably the most useful thing that I could have ever gotten out of therapy, because I think it made me significantly better at communicating. Just especially kind of emotionally and expressing my emotions and talking about that. I think that is it's really healthy, one, to be able to verbalize that, but two, it gives you a better understanding of yourself. And then you go, okay, so if this was my reaction to something, I'm a big history guy, I want to know the why. Okay, what is causing me to react in this way? If this makes me happy, mad, sad, etc. And I think that, or maybe this is a response to an action or something like that. And I think just learning more about yourself is, one, healthy, two, maturing, and three, ultimately it's going to put you in a better place, because then you could also start diagnosing okay, when I am getting upset about something, let's just use that as an example, right? Let me be able to, instead of going to yelling or, screaming, or if it that's what your usual outlet is, communicating how you are feeling and what you currently need in that moment, right? Because I've never yelled in not in my life, never yelled in a classroom, right? Because as a professional, as a teacher, there's plenty of teachers I know who yell at their students. One, it means that your students win. If they are able to push you to a point where you need to yell or scream at them, in my opinion, you've already lost. And two, you can't escalate it further than that, right? So student says something or does something, whatever, and you yell, it'll quiet them down like the first time, 100%, right? Because they'll be like, oh, like they yelled, oh my goodness. And then you yell again, and maybe, okay, yeah, maybe still a little effective. Eventually, it's not going to do anything. So, yeah, I think to come back around to the therapy, I think it's just to be able to learn that about yourself. I think is super important. So go in with that kind of mindset and rock out. Welcome to choose favorite baby, laundry or no moon. Oh, no moon, 100%. No moon. Daniel, absolutely crushing it, 100%. Holy God, Mitchell with the 500. Oh, and that's, I literally turned because the OBS comments are ahead of this because I paused this, and I just see feet. Oh, on Friday nights. Mitchell with a 500. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is your first Q&A in which we were just talking about mental health, therapy, divorce, you know, like real life things, critical thinking. I, as a grown-ass man, am about to show my feet. Because when $500 is donated, and it's not donated very often here, yeah, feet just need to be shown. It's part of the lore of the channel. So, this chat, man, is ridiculous. Let's get them. Piggies. There you go. What a world. I have a master's degree, by the way. A master's degree. I got it. Mitchell, also, before I even get that, how you doing, bud? How are we rocking? How are the gatos? That's what we gotta know. I appreciate your willingness to talk about mental health. As a physician who struggled with depression as a child, it's that honesty that helps the most. 100%. 100%. And I think that's a great way to put it. I think honesty scares a lot of people, right? Because, and I'm not talking about just like telling the truth. I'm talking about being honest with yourself and how you react towards yourself. So if you're the kind of person that if you do something wrong, right? If I knock over this glass and it shatters, if my response to that is, I'm the worst person in the world, right? How could I have done that? Like, just like really, really, really negative. Okay. If we look at it, it's a very emotional response, right? But there are a litany of things that could have caused that, you know, that's why you have that response. I think of being honest of like, hey, that's a part I either don't like about myself or I want to change, right? And I think it's that honesty of identifying, being like, this is a trait that I am not proud of. Like, I don't like it. And it's not like, okay, let's repress it and like push it all the way down. Like, let's be honest about it. Okay. And like, how can we go through therapy or what have you to kind of find ways to navigate through that? Yeah. It's dope. It's dope. I appreciate you, Mitchell. I hope you're doing well. Funky Tourist still can't get over that Hell in a Cell match. Oh, it was great. It was great. I mean, got 5 stars, right? I mean, not a whole big ratings guy, but listen, did for a reason. All right, and of course this. Now, oh, I'm sorry. Now, all the things, you're freezing YouTube out here. Hold on. Now I gotta talk over here. I'm trying to upload YouTube again, because now YouTube crashed on me. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now we're all caught up. Galater, at a wedding, just did shots of Malort. Oh, God, why? Neo to Fire. Wait, what was that highest donation? Did you show feet 7 times? Yes, I did. And it was during the Ravens-Cowboys game. Yep, it was like somewhat earlier on. So, oh, Mitchell, I'm so sorry, bud. I'm so sorry. I hope things get as good as they possibly can be. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. God, appreciate you. Welcome to the posse. Appreciate you. Yep. Checking the feeling. Yeah. Lifting the burden. Absolutely. 100%. And I think that, I don't know, maybe I said this on a Q&A. I feel like there gets to a point in your life where life is stressful, right? Like life is difficult, like, right? That's what it is. So I think to carry that burden alone of like, whether it's your job, whether it's, relationships, whatever, and to also carry a lot of other burdens, like it's exhausting, man. And whether it's surrounding yourself with people that like make you feel good and are not toxic and are not, and that doesn't mean not challenge you. Like people challenging you is a good thing, but people who are like putting you down or anything like that, there's a decision that comes somewhere. For me, it happened like around 30-ish where I was like, nope, that's not what we're going to seek out. We're going to seek out peace instead, because that's a lot nicer. I get stressed about everything else. I don't get stressed about that. Top 10 with a 5er. Same time. Just wondering if you had any advice for recording and editing. My biggest issue is my initial videos are too long and take forever to edit down. Yeah, welcome to being a creator. It sucks. Yeah, that's tough. So like I taught myself everything. When I originally just started doing like the podcast element of it, like in just audio, that was super easy because that was boop. And then if I needed to normalize anything, that was easy enough. I didn't teach myself anything. But once I started wanting to do more YouTube stuff, and then I had 45-minute interviews, I needed to learn some basics. So I actually still edit on a 12-year-old program, and then I transfer it to a more modern program so it can render in higher quality and all that great stuff. Because that's what I learned on. And unfortunately, as time went on, I never really found an opportunity to learn another platform because I was so busy pumping out content. So I'm at this point now where like I can edit, right? But Johnny, for example, like Johnny Bark, so he edits the rankings and the predictions, and like he is a significantly better editor than I am, right? So for those videos that like require extra care and like can definitely, he can make them so much better, that's what Johnny does. So I think it's about learning the basics and what you can to get by. And then at some point, like Johnny and I have been working together now for like 3 years, maybe? Is it 3? Maybe 3.5. I don't even know. It's definitely not 4. So I want to say like maybe 3. And like he's elevated those videos like so much. But think about it this way. It took me 6 years to get into a position where I could hire an editor to do a couple videos a week. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of learn the basics, and it sucks and it takes forever, but it'll make you better. And the best part is like once you learn it, then it can start going a little bit quicker because you're used to editing at that point. So that's what I'd say. Okay. BK retired. Top back channel right around when the season started. First time joining your live and this fantastic. What are your thoughts on the Commander's future? Hey, appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Hold on one second. Commander's future is fun, dude, because if Jane Daniels is the guy and in 6 weeks we've seen him be the guy, it's super fun because then like the Commanders can have a different approach to drafting. Do you know like the relief that is, hey, we don't have to go find a franchise quarterback, because it is insanely difficult to find a franchise quarterback for 31 other teams. But in all reality, like it's really difficult. So if you have your franchise quarterback, you're like, okay, how could I make the team around him better? And that's where, you get some really fun teams. Daniel Thank Tour. My 7-year-old Eli wants to know about your Lombardi trophy. Yes, that's from Benny Tech. Yeah, Ben Tech. He said, I think this one he said came from like India or something. I got this years ago. And it took like a long time to get here, but it got here and it's beautiful. And it's a Super Bowl 45 replica. So yeah, it has like the Packers stuff on it and it's dope. It's very, very cool. Shout out Benny Tech. Rocking and a rolling. But yep, we'll see. For 31 other teams. Yeah. It's true. Really, shout out 30-30 for being the mental health booster I needed after getting fired on top of many other personal issues at the time. Thanks for giving me an easy roadmap to piggyback for a month. Thank you. Hey, let's go, baby. 30-30 was healing in a lot of ways. It was just good vibes all around. It was great. Jesse with a fire. El Capitan. Use your show in mentoring new leadership, inspiring your followers into a solid, loyal listening base. Great job. Hey, there we go. Again, the funniest thing ever will be YouTube saying, hey, we're quoting you like in our internal communications. And I was like, cool. And they showed it, and it was how to, again, I've told this many times now on stream. It was how to encourage super chats. And they used me as an example, and they're like, Tom Grossi has a conversation. He looks into the camera and talks like they're having a conversation IRL. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, like that's what's happening. I'm just having a conversation. And they're like, it's amazing how he's able to do this. And it's like, it's just talking to people. That's you don't need a lot of words, right? It's just talk to people like they're people. That's it. And that's not for money. That's just talking to people. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Talking to me. Jason, if I would happen right before you called Herman Jared Goff last night, what happened right before? Right before? No, I called him that, and then I was just going, I think, to pee or get water or something, and I said Jared Goff, and then realized that I did, and that I have been brainwashed by the Lions fandom. It's not good. Derek, thanks for the 5 memberships. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's pop it. Sports Tour Dolphins fan, any advice? Dolphins better, Packers. Is that true? Do you believe that in your heart of hearts? Any advice? Wait for Tua to come back and pray it gets better. It'll be better with Tua. It's not great now, but it should be better. You gotta hope. You gotta hope. So, the other guy, yes, there's actually a line of lore that's in there. That, yeah, the scriptwriter used to be the Patriots' favorite. Or vice versa. Who will win the NFC North? It's too early, man. I mean, do you see the division right now? I got to see the Lions without Hutch. I think they're going to be fine. But against, like, top-tier opponents, I want to see how it goes. Like, the rest of their team is great. But I want to see what that pass rush looks like. Because Hutch was doing a lot. He was doing a lot of heavy lifting in the pass rush department. Vikings, I want to see Darnold consistency. He didn't look good against the Jets, but that doesn't mean he's not good. And I think he can still operate. I mean, I said the Vikings are going to win games with Darnold. But operate at that level, see what they look like when Hawkinson comes back, with a healthy Aaron Jones. Bears, they got to sustain it against like more serious opponents. And that's not a knock against them. This is just for trying to predict the rest of the season. Yeah, we got to see how they look against good teams. And then the Packers, man, like, I'm worried about our pass rush a bit. Just like getting after the quarterback, because that's like, again, getting to top tier teams that you're playing against. Like, you're gonna have to put pressure. The interceptions are great. Like, the turnovers are fantastic. I feel really good about the offense. So it's just gonna be, can that defense maintain the streak that it's on of causing turnovers? Because there's a lot left in the season, and being that, because without those turnovers, you potentially have some issues. But yeah, and then special teams, man, good God. How many games are we going to lose to a field goal? That's the other one. That's the other one. So, yeah, the answer, the boring answer is just, it's too early. But I don't think the Bears are going to be there yet. I don't think they're going to be there. Again, not trying to crap at them. I could just watch them to do that. But I'm curious how they're going to play down the stretch. And again, the best part is, like, they don't need to be a playoff team, right? What you've seen from Caleb Williams these past few weeks, you are happy at this point because you're like, no, yeah, sure, you're winning games. That's great too. But Caleb is also, like, developing. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't think they make it right now. So we'll see from the other three, in my opinion. And by the way, because we're not missing it this time, ladies and gentlemen, it is minute 69. Nice. Go wait, what a 10. I have a question. When you're having a really bad week and you're just like my favorite team could win this week, it would make this week, it makes sense, but then they lose. How do you work and process that? Jacoby, I know 1,000,000% what you mean. 100%. That's when we have to, again, and it's a process. You got to move the emotional stake, like the mental health stake, away from football. Emotional 100%. Because like when the Packers lose, I'm 100% in a worse mood, right? And it's like, it's not significant, you know, anymore of just like, all right, well now I got to work, I got to do this, I got to do this. But if it's also a big game, like I'll be pissed. Like it sucks. So it was the Fail Mary though. The Fail Mary, I have never been so legitimately just angry after a football game. And I got like angry to the point, like I just felt it in my chest. I didn't do anything. I just felt it in my chest. And I was like, ooh, like that's too high. That's too much from football, which is like one of my favorite things. And it's the Packers, which is like my favorite thing. So yeah, but I get it. I get it. One guy to fire. Don't know why people keep picking the Lions. Vikings are at home. And our fans are super loud. Stroud's kept getting penalties because of noise. Might happen. Might happen. I think it's going to be a good game, though. I think it's going to be a good game. And again, if the Vikings win, that's a statement win. Bear dog to fire. Packers like spotted cow. Nice, smooth, and consistent. My Bears are malort. Harsh, painful, and your fence trick you into liking it. It's true. It's true. Scans were at 20. I know I should save money, but I legit have to thank you somehow for keeping my head up. My mom isn't in great health. I lost a close friend. Just general depression, stress. I did not lie when I say you saved my life. Well, Stan, I appreciate you. My friend, I appreciate you attributing some of your success mentally for this. But that's you. At the end of the day, you got to do the work. And you did the work. So, hell yeah. Be proud of the fact you did the work. And you're doing the work. Because it's consistent. That's what's important, man. That's it. Let's go. Day 1 day fiver. Thanks, Tom. Super Bowl 45. Beautiful Eli says, thanks. My daughter, 5-year-old Lily, wants to know about the stuffed animal kitty on your computer. Fair enough. This is KGM, otherwise known as Kitty Goes Meow. Also has a phenomenal necklace. That's the link. Kitty Goes Meow is based off a drawing I did for a script. It was the reaction video. It was like the Bengals, I think 2019 to 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Reaction in which there was a character, Timmy, who was drawing this, and this is probably the best cat I could draw. This became really popular within the community, so much that Altia Nicole sent me a replica of this, and now it is Kitty Goes Meow. It's KGM, and gets booped when fitting for the kitty. That's it. Boom. Oh, that's it. Brother with 810. YouTube jerkbags not knowing how to talk to people. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Also, bye week scored on a Hail Mary against the Cowboys for a half. Bye week 38. A Cowboys 9 halftime. It's a tough time to be a Cowboys. Yeah. Well, again, like, brother, right? It's about being genuine. You know? Like, you want to see how I was on a Friday night Q&A in, like, 2018? It's there. You know? It was significantly less people or, like, a game stream. And that was it. I was just so grateful for people to be there. So, and I'm still grateful for people to be here. So, that's it. Just talk to people. Going with a 20. I think the idea that teams need to start backing their starters with veterans rather than rookies, case in point, Spencer Rattler. Do you think there needs to be a new thought process? Well, I think in that case, right, Coleman, you have a veteran who's playing in Derek Carr, and I think that you would want a young backup in that case, right? Because you want the guy that you presumably drafted to learn from that veteran. So I think in cases where you have veteran starting QBs, I think it makes more sense to have a young QB on the roster, and not a lot of teams want to carry 3, right? It's a lot easier now at emergency QBs and stuff, but they don't want to necessarily carry 3. And again, even if they do, they're not getting all the reps and in practice. So I think in terms when you have a young QB out there, 100% you should have a veteran. And I think you saw last season too, right, where like Jake Browning, for example, or Dobbs for a bit, like we're having a good backup QB literally won them football games. So Joe Flacco, obviously. So I think in that sense, you really prioritize veteran QBs. Like even Andy Dalton coming in for Bryce Young right now, you're going to make an argument real soon about like, all right, do we throw Bryce back out there just to see what we got? But yeah, I mean, backup QBs are always going to be valuable, but we'll see how high with the market. Kelsey with 269 minute warning, all caps. That's it. That's it. Let's do it. We saw it. I saw it this time. I didn't miss it. We're crushing it. Ian, appreciate you. Jed52, thanks, Tom. Mentioned Discord is a great way to connect with Grossi Posse in Green Bay for a trip I want to make. Any advice on posting in Discord? There's, just post. Yeah, if it's in the wrong place, the mods will just guide you in whatever direction it needs to be. But yeah, make a post, be like, hey, here's what I want to do. That's it. So, it's repair, Ambica. Repair. It is repair. So, yeah. You were Papa Grossi fixed it. Okay, of course, not his fault. Not his fault, of course. Seattle attack. Tom, a few things. I got a new kitten. Little adorable thing named Leo. Yes. Also heard of this rapper named NF. He raps a lot about mental things. Extremely great person as well. I have not. NF. I don't think I have. I might be too old at this point. I might be booming it. Ethan, if it's really cool. I've watched you since at least 2016. Your life truly has become a bit of stock graph. I see exponential growth of a real dips that fully recover. Yeah. I mean, that's also like Coach. You know, like what's going on, like behind the scenes, stuff like that. Yeah, there's some stuff that comes out. There's some stuff in there. Chrono at 20. Tom, I'll start a challenge showing the how in universe timelines evolve for different series. With it, I want to make an ongoing story similar to scripted. I just really don't know how to do it if I'm entirely alone. I mean, you just got to be different characters then. Whether it's changing shirts or something like that, or, you know, you get a group of people to help you out to start with. You know, people that have that interest as well. Going to fire. Come home, Mike Williams. Come home. Come on home. Funky to fire. Dude, 100% know what you mean. My dumb YouTube career succeeded solely because I was simply myself at all times and didn't adopt a persona. Just me. Yeah. But when I went to, when I officiated a fan's wedding, this past summer, shout out to Mike. When I got there, one of the members of the bridal party, like I got introduced and I was just talking to Deb and she's like, oh my God, you're the same as you are in your videos. And I was like, yeah, I'm just a person. Like, that's it. Like, just a person. That's it. Be a genuine person. I know it's crazy. I think it's because it's easier to, and that's not knocking on anybody who, like, you know, puts up a character, you know, it's your channel. You do whatever you gotta do. But yeah, in like this case, I've just been on the internet like too long in terms of, yeah, it's just genuine. Zach with a fire. Tom, I have a fire. Genuine question. Think all the NFC North can split the divisional games? I see positives and flaws in all of them, so maybe. Is it possible? Sure. I don't think all of them are going to split, though. I don't think all of them. That'd be tough to happen. But Benzino with a fire. Jets and Packers were to make the Super Bowl. How are you calling the game? With all of my Packers gear and hoping that we absolutely destroy the Jets. And I mean destroy them. Nobody hurt. I mean I mean 55-0. I am a Packers fan. Listen, Aaron Rodgers, hope he does well. Devontae Adams, love the guy, right? Dope. If we're in the Super Bowl, I hope they crush him. I'm a Packers fan. Janine, wait, Tanner. Caught whatever plague is going around school. Left halfway through the day today, and I feel like I got run over by a bus full of sumo. Hopefully, Steelers will win and make me feel better. Janine, hope you feel better. And I will say, that has probably been, not your comment inspired this. I don't think I have ever been on a streak of not getting sick since I left teaching. Good God, man. I know it builds your immunity, but every damn year I was getting bronchitis, like every single year. So I get it. I hope you feel better soon. Because it is. That's good. Okay. All right, let's rouse. We're gonna rouse it to the top. How come the Dolphins better with Tua? We're bad without Tua if you really think about it. Nah. Dude, I think it's better. This guy can at least run the offense. You know what I mean? That's not against like Skylar Thompson, but that's also like who Mike McDaniels has been coaching. Yeah, it's going to be better. I'm not saying they're going to be like juggernauts or anything, but well. Any stories being stuck at school while teaching during a snowstorm? There was the one time where it took me 8 hours to get back here. That sucked a lot. Yeah, where it was like coming down and it was like near the end of the day and we're like, okay, can we like leave a little early? Cause like this is, and we were a private school at the time. And I was like, okay, can we go? And they're like, nope. Amount of accidents. I was driving my car right out of the lot, turn left, and I'm going 5 miles an hour. Go to turn. That car just, because it's just ice and slush, hits right into the curb, pops the tire. Miserable. And it was a Thursday because I was supposed to stream the Packers Seahawks game. It was the game, if I'm not mistaken, where Robert Tonyan caught a touchdown. He caught that long touchdown against the Seahawks. They lost that night. But it was the first time I was going to do it on Twitch. And I was sitting in my car, just like sitting in, like nobody was moving. And then when we finally moved, I had to like drive. And I was driving past people like on the side of the road who had gotten stuck. And I was just going with momentum. And like, I know how to drive in the snow. Apparently not when I was turning out of the lot. But yeah, I made it home and it was like halftime. And I had like, there was not a lot of people in there. And I was so bummed out. That sucked so much. That was one of actually the first times where I was like, wow. It was that in like free agency, like when Zadarius and Preston came, where I was like teaching. I loved teaching and 100%. But like that snowstorm was like, this is now impacting this other thing that I love to do. So, yeah. Judgment Fire. How many teams from the NFC North will make the playoffs? Who's going to win the NFC East? Again, I think Eagles or Commanders for NFC East, but North, I think max 3. Max 3? I think 2, though. Ryan Tour, Jared Goff, Darius Stroud's intensity. Nay. Also, cheers. We're rocking. We are rocking. Talk about the Dolphins game. Bro, the Dolphins, there's nothing to talk about with them right now. They're not even... Yeah, you gotta wait for Tua, and then you can start like evaluating like what this team could potentially do. Funky Turo, like Dom, would drink olive oil straight like that. That's it. It's true. It's true. What's your opinion on dark gallows humor? Can it be done well? Is there such thing as too far in comedy? Ooh, it's a good question. Bizzle's like, just you wait. There's no bottom. Oh, let's go, AGL. Yeah, absolutely. So my sense of comedy is obviously very subjective, but funny is also funny. And I think that you can find a good audience like with your sense of humor. However, I think the thing that has gotten so freaking annoying about comedy is first of all, the stupid ass like, oh man, it's gone super woke, or like, oh man, like this is like too far. The problem is like with comedians, and just like looking at it from the standpoint of being a former stand-up comic at the moment, I think it's like you just have to say what's funny. Like if you just went up on stage and just said like a bunch of really crappy jokes, like you got booed or like you got heckled, and like that was the way that it was sorted out. And I think with the internet, what it's done to stand-up comedy is like it takes you out of that atmosphere of being in a comedy club. And that context is like super important. And I know a ton of stand-ups now, all they do is release their crowd work. And that's why it seems like all the stand-up is today is just crowd work, is because that's all they're going to release, because they want to save like their actual jokes for the customers that are in front of them and like the guests who came to pay and see them, you know, just so their jokes aren't, you know, going everywhere. So I think that you can have like a dark sense of humor, what have you, and there's an audience for it. Is it too far? That's like up to the audience, right? And I want to be very clear. Like if you just go up on stage and say a whole bunch of like racist, hateful crap, like first of all, it's not a good joke. And like, so just as a comic, you're failing, and you're just being a crappy human being, right? Like you're just like punching down, and I think that's crappy. But comics, like stand-up comics, will also not respect that, because there's no art form in it. There's no like, hey, at least the punchline. Like, no, it's crappy jokes, and it's just saying crappy things. But it's going to be completely subjective on the audience and who it is. And I think like in comedy clubs, if like you go to a live comedy show, more often than not, like unless the comment like really sucks, you're gonna see a lot of people laughing. But if that video, like a video of a joke, like goes to the internet, there's some people who are gonna be like, I love this, and some people will be like, I hate this. This is the worst thing ever. And and again, it removes the context of being at a show, which matters. So, yeah, I'm gonna fire streaming and watching Saw tonight with 2 friends. Friday night, no school or work tomorrow. We're gonna vibe. That sounds phenomenal. That's a good go back and watch. Out on a fire. Let's see. Was that the Nemo snowstorm? My job didn't let us leave early. Scariest driver. Yup. My then wife at the time got stuck for 12 hours. It was 8 hours. I know people who had to go home. Go to their in-laws' house or what have you and spend the night there. Yeah, it was terrible. It sucked so much. One guy to fire is a Vikings fan. Want to thank you for Aaron Jones. Are you happy to see him succeed even on the Vikings? What do you miss about teaching? Yeah, I think I always root for Aaron Jones, but if it impacts the Packers in a negative way, then what I miss about teaching? It's just the student interactions. I mean, just the whole reason you get into teaching, right, is to in terms of history for me, is to teach little people how to be slightly larger people and more mature people. Again, my job, yeah, the content's really important, but it's to teach you critical thinking, right? It's to teach you how to talk to one another and how to debate with one another in a way where you're not just screaming at one another that you're stupid, right? It's backing things up with evidence. And that helps in conversations. I was really, really, really tough when it came to writing because my students, they learned how to write because that was something that were not necessarily getting in other classes. And me teaching freshmen, I was like, oh no, this class is gonna know how to write. And my students knew how to write better than the honors kids. They knew how to write better than the AP kids. And I know this because there was a difference when my kids went into those classrooms. Just saying. I know how to teach writing. But anyway, yeah, that's super dope. Seeing a student struggle with either concepts or even writing or what have you and improve throughout the year and gain that confidence is what teaching's about. So that's it. And of course, that's just fun. That's just dope. That's why you get into it. Ready to fire? Dark joke. Use fact lawnmowers can shoot rocks with a force of 0.357 Magnum. It's only useless because I can't fit a lawn. I was like, oh, going to go for the neighbor. Nope. Hal, thank you for the tour. Appreciate you. Thank you. It's not physically possible, but if the Bears were to play the Vikings in the Super Bowl, who would you root for? Bears. I know it's not possible. Bears. Easy. Again, I said, when I'm dead, which again, I hope is a long, long time from now, then the Vikings can win a Super Bowl. Then it's fine. How's Thomas up the drum kit? The GF. She wanted to learn how to play the drum, so I bought her that drum kit so that she can learn. Kevin, they fire. Did you ever teach a class about rock and roll and get them battle of bands ready so you could stick it to your old band, no vacancy? No, but almost happened a couple times. JB, afterwards, fine. No, we didn't school rocket, though. We didn't. Yeah, it was fun, though. Teaching was dope. I loved it. HJR, yeah, they'll be more of a contender. I think the Falcons, again, it's super early, but what pass rusher are they going to get? It's on Reddick, Sports funny, I get you. Well, I mean, that's also, to be a Dolphins fan for the day. I think that's the way that this all started was talking to fans. Every single Thursday, when I started Packcast, I interviewed fans from the opposing team that we were going to play. And so I did that for 6 years? And I was every single week. So I got to know all about other fandoms, the history behind it, talking to fans and, what they've gone through, whether it was older fans or younger fans and their relationship with their team and how they perceive their team. And talking to Cleveland Browns fans who went through winless seasons, did not win a single game. And I'm sitting here and I am deeply upset when the Packers lose a divisional game, a divisional playoff game. And again, I'm upset obviously because it's my team, but it also like puts it in perspective of like, damn, can you imagine like not winning for a year? And then the Lions, right? So that's why also the Lions, you know, while things are changing, you're taking on my players and, you know, just the rivalry that has started. But like, it's also like, hell yeah, like they get to go through that because I know what Lions fans went through. And to like hear those stories. And that was twice a year I interviewed Lions fans. So I was, again, didn't win a game for a single, like if they won 8 games, it was like, oh man, this is crazy. So I get it. I get it. King Arthur with a tour. Who's a better coach, Bill Belichick or Andy Reid? I think body of work right now, like you have to go with Bill. I know a lot of people are trying to separate it, like the Brady and Belichick thing, but I do think like Belichick is a huge component of that. But Andy Reid is right there. Like, he's phenomenal. Okay, Chan, if anyone looking for a good laugh should watch the English dub of the anime Ghost Stories. Lots of dated 2000s humors, but the VAs randomly went insane. There you go. Let's see. Stearns with a tour. That is what their name was, yeah. And Mark Murphy, literally, because he played for them. He's just like, yeah, he's like, that's their team name. That's it. Like when I was. More coach episodes, they're gonna happen. Trust me, it's gonna happen. I ain't leaving till it does. Most hardest hitting question of the night. What Green Bay brewery do I drink from next? Cocoon, Badger State, or Copper State? Badger State. Go Badger State. That one. Definitely. Who's a worst fan base? See, it's so funny because... Do it, Mobius. A lot of people will say the Eagles. And so I interviewed an Eagles fan once. I was like, okay, kind of a somewhat like normal conversation. But I walked into it and I was like, I want this question answered. And I want to hear it from an Eagles fan. So talking to all the Eagles, that was just the first Eagles, but kind of bringing that up in each interview because I wanted to get different perspectives to really learn that like Eagles fans, like the way that they feel about their team I don't want to say it's the closest the NFL has to like soccer in terms of like passion or fanaticism towards it. But I feel like there's a level of, and if you ask Eagles players, they will, like, Eagles fans will just let you know. Like, when it's surprising that there will be boos in Lambeau, like, you can, in Philadelphia, no. Like, that's a different story. And then it's also acknowledging that they come off, like, really rough, but they love their team, man. They come off really rough, and they know that people feel that way about them. And so then they embrace that fact and are like, cool, hate us. That's fine. And for that, like, I will say, and this was the thinking back on this and talking about this now, during 30 and 30, it was a relatively early day, but like the smoke was like killing everybody. It was not good. It was not good being outside. And at that point, we're a few days in. I've already jumped through the table. So we're like 8 days in. And like the fan events are starting to get a somewhat flow. I've told a few stories a couple times. And I'm like, okay, like people want to hear these stories and stuff. Like, okay, so I'm going to like tell, you know, some stories like about like what I've experienced thus far, what have you. I like started telling some jokes in between it to make it less boring. And Philadelphia like did not laugh at all. Every single other group laughed. Some like hysterically like, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Philadelphia just was like, no. And I was like, all right, whatever. So, and then once you embrace that, and from that level, I respect it. Mancino to Fire, which character did you love from DBZ series the most and why? Vegeta. Are you kidding me? To have that level of spite and then also be the sensitive soul that loves Bulma? Come on now. It's Vegeta. Gohan peaked in the Cell series. Great in the Future Trunks series, too, for, you know, it's like that VHS. Phenomenal. But, yeah, great Saiyaman stuff. Didn't do it for me. Boo. Yeah, didn't really do it for me. But, yeah, Vegeta's just best. But Gohan, like, has one of the best moments ever. But Vegeta's moments hit so much harder because of the character development they like really focus on with him. So yeah. Wilkins with fire. Every night this year, I've gone to sleep playing one of the sagas. My white noise machine. Don't make it weird. Which one should I do tonight? Gotta go east. Gotta go east. Starting to wake. Talk is Wildflower. That's it. It's a level of spike that is honestly amazing. Bill Burr versus Philly is amazing, but that's Philadelphia. Bill Burr going out and just crapping on Philadelphia, and that's when the crowd starts to get into it because they're like, yeah, let's go. But yeah. Favorite DBZ or DBS movie? It's more DBZ movie. Revenge of Cooler's dope. I had that one on VHS. That was sick. Brawley's pretty solid. Yeah, but the Future Trunks one, I played that one a lot. That was really, really good. That was real, real good. So, just saying. Hey, Mars. It's all good. It's all good. Mm-hmm. Sports, I hear great things about F1. Again, it's just a timing thing. So, Taylor, thanks for the membership. Appreciate you. Thank you, and thank you. But we'll see. We'll see. Brawley. Yep. I had a McDonald's apple pie. There you go. Just Bruce and Springsteen watch baseball. It's a good question. I would assume if we're just going, Jets, Mets, Giants, Yankees. That's how it would be. It's usually what the fandom falls in, so. Well, actually, no, it's Giants, Mets. Giants, Mets, right? Yeah, it's Giants, Mets, Jets, Yankees. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Sky, appreciate you. Thank you for the membership. Thank you, and thank you. That's it. I noticed that Tom only answers questions from people who give money. I hope that's not true. That's what I've heard, too. That's what I've heard. So, I'd be careful. I don't know. I don't know about this Tom guy. Pretty garbage person, I say. I think he's pretty garbage. Pretty terrible. Pretty double. So, Bears bigger rival? Yeah, super, but yeah, historically, 100%. And Bears fans will tell you, it's just not a rivalry. It hasn't been a rivalry for a while. The Vikings, me growing up, it was more of a rivalry. So, that's it. That's it. Get the fly swatter. That's it. Giants, Yankees. Oh, because my buddy is a Giants and Mets fan. There you go. College football retro. I just don't have time. It's a time thing. That's it. Appreciate you, Reem. Thank you, and thank you. It was the white zone for unloading and loading passengers only. No. Hey, Sherry, it's an allagash. So that's a thing within this community. We say rouse because on the side of the bottle it says to rouse your yeast because there's yeast on the bottom. So you flip it over to activate it. So you turn it over. You rouse the yeast. And that's it. I can tell I have no hard feelings toward the Packers. Yeah, great. Bears fan. Yeah, Bears fan. Mm-hmm. Laura, what's that? Tom! Chris has finally visiting me since he turned 21. Get to taste his first Allagash White. Also has first shot of tequila after he landed. Oh, hell yeah. Other drinks he should try. Mezcal. Come on now. We gotta go Mezcal. What are we doing out here? It's gotta be Mezcal. You gotta develop a taste for it. It's fine. But hell yeah. Allagash White. Also, again, it's so funny because the amount of people that have tried Allagash White just because I'm like, I drink it because I just like the beer is truly phenomenal. It makes it, again, I'm so happy to get $0 to just promote a good beer. And I'm just like, yeah, good beer. It makes me so happy. I'm like, good. More people know about it now. Never change Allagash White, all right? Never change or we got problems. DJ, what a tear. Stop. Never get buyer's guilt. I'm a big Foo Fighters fan. I just bought the Grohl signature guitar and thinking I'm done spending way too much money on a guitar, but I really wanted it. Ever got buyer's remorse? Sure. Absolutely. I think you put it this way. The way that I am with money is usually very, I'm very hesitant with money. It took me a good bit to like get more comfortable even just like spending, like I didn't order my first Uber Eats until like, I think it was like maybe 2.5 years ago. And it was just because I think it's a waste of money. I don't want to spend that kind of money. So I think it just comes down to, what's it worth to you? If someone might go like, yeah, that's way too much money to spend on the car. I'd be like, but were you able to afford it? One, obviously, like responsibly. But two, like if it makes you happy, then the value is the value, right? The value obviously outweighed, like your value outweighed the monetary one. So rock out. As long as you can responsibly afford it, rock out. That's it. Why not? Bunky Tour. Was that a Frank Zappa reference? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Bought a Carson Wentz jersey in 2017. My God. Oh boy. Oh boy. But yeah, no, it's all good, Retro. It's all good. Yeah, Dora, dude, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. So no, it's not about being cheap. It's more of just like I didn't grow up with a ton of money. Like, nah, man. Let's get with a fire. Tom, Tua comes back. What do you think the Dolphins' record will be? What's their skill? Oh God, December football. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. December football. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so they got the Let's see, week 9. Bills, ouch. Rams, more healthy. Raiders, they can win. Patriots, they can win. Packers, ouch. Jets, ouch. Texans, ouch. 49ers, ouch. Browns, defense, and then Jets again. Not great. Unless they, like, start. Yeah, that's rough. Screwball? There you go, Laura. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, if Alexander doesn't play it, it's obviously going to make the secondary worse. 100%. So I would be 100% worried about that. If Jair plays, though, we're rocking and rolling. Then we're good. We're good. So, see millionaires dressed like they went to Target. I bought that suit for the Fan of the Year event. But yeah, I bought like 2 new shirts this year. That was a big deal for me. Yeah, man. Like, my clothes fit. My car has 166,000 miles on it. We're rocking. Benzino to fire. We missed most about the Packers-Bears rivalry when it was competitive. Nothing. I never really saw it. Like, I'm going to get... This is going to be such a crappy answer, but I truly mean it. When I was 20 years old... No. Math is hard. What was it? Hold on. Oh, it is 20 years old. Math is fine. When I was 20 years old, technically I was 19, when the Packers beat the Falcons in that divisional game, and I knew that we had to go to Soldier Field and beat the Bears, I was like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. Because the rivalry just hadn't been there. Like, Jay Cutler threw a million interceptions, like, to the Packers all the time. So, it was never really, like, a concern. So, I'm okay with that. And now, like, as a fan who's also now 34 years old and, like, knows Bears fans and all this stuff, like, do I want to continue to pummel them into the ground? Of course, every day of the year. 1,000,000%. And if they get good, then great. Then, like, let's play. Let's rock. Because then at that point, like, they've gone through it. So let's compete. Let's have a time. Like, let's make this a division. Then it's fun. Right? Until that happens, no, I don't miss it. I liked winning. Winning felt good, right? I just am also very grateful for it and understand that a lot of other fan bases do not get to experience that. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. But also as a division rival, yeah, I want the Packers to win the Super Bowl every single year. If that means that they sweep the division every year, cool. I will never get bored of it. Packers win the Super Bowl every year, great. Chiefs ain't getting bored of it. Chris Byers, teacher and streamer, separately. How do you censor yourself and talk about current politics given their ubiquity and your gravitas? I mean, here's the thing. Life has gotten political, right? So I approach this channel the way that I would approach, like, a classroom or anything like that, in that there is a rapport that's here that I've established over years. Like, this Friday night Q&A is doing that as well. This is also not an invitation to get into politics. But politics has become such a rah-rah, my team, other teams should lose, and we're on the same effing boat, and we are concerning ourselves with her. Like, it is insane to me that we've gotten to a place where we have been so pitted against one another and saying like that group doesn't deserve rights or that group doesn't deserve this, instead of being like, hey guys, can we get, I don't know, like some healthcare would be sick. Not to pay, $720 freaking dollars a month for my not so great healthcare. That'd be pretty cool, right? Yeah, I'll pay a few more. Like, that's cool. So, yeah, that's kind of, I just talk like that. And I think a lot of people use football as an escape, which is dope. And I'm happy to talk about football. Brian at Q&A, we talk about real stuff. If it comes up, we talk about it. During the game streams, there really shouldn't be a whole lot of it coming in unless people are just yelling random crap in the chat, right? Which the mods are going to take care of. And again, my number one rule, don't be an a-hole. Don't be hateful, right? Like, don't be bigoted. Don't be like, I don't accept any of that stuff. People are people, right? People are flawed. People are good. People are bad, but people are people. That's it. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care who you are. People are people. And there's a level of empathy and respect that comes with that. You show that to me, I show that to you. We go about our merry way. That's it. So, if politics come up, that's it. And again, you don't have to agree. That's the best part. I'm so grateful to have this platform, but my job isn't to influence anybody. If there's anything I want to influence, it's to be a kinder person. It's to donate to charities that are doing really great work. That's the only thing I want to influence, and maybe have some more like empathy for your fellow person, even if they wear a purple incarnation of Satan jersey, which I think I've done much better. I have done much better. I view them almost as people now. Like, we're getting there. It's close. It's getting really, really close. Real Cheese return. Seeing all the players missing from the Seahawks or the Falcons game, I'm going to throw up. Can we go back to week 1? I hope our fourth string survives. Seahawks versus Saints. That'd be a game. Terrence Stroud or Jordan Love, who has the biggest ceiling? Ooh. I'm not talking about wins, losses. I'm not talking about Super Bowls. I'm just talking about, like, QB play. That's a great question. I think it's hard to also... I love the position that CJ Stroud is in. I think it's an excellent position to be in. I love the coaching. Like, I love how they're building that squad. So I think that organizationally, like, he's in the best place possible for him. And on top of that, he is a phenomenal, like, up-and-coming quarterback. So I think that he could have a lot of success. Jordan Love, dude, I think he's going to throw a few interceptions, but man, that guy is a talented thrower of the football. And it might not be the best decisions at times, but good God, man. Sometimes that accuracy is scary good. And that's not coming from like a homer, but like it's been a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see. Training with Thayer, can you explain the no moon Stroud? Yes, in scripted season 1, the Strouds blew up the moon. Alex Fire, Tom, celebrate my birthday this week. Hey, Alex, happy freaking fracking birthday. Broncos defense gifted me 20 in fantasy. Gift to great videos. Thank you. Keep doing what you do. Alex, I hope you had a fantastic birthday. Enjoy it. Hope you had an even better weekend. Let's go. Appreciate you, LQ. Thank you, and thank you. Yeah, huge shout out to the mods. Crushing it. So, and again, there's also, it's with good faith. I think that you can have a lot of conversations with people if you are approaching it in good faith. Like, you both are coming from a mutual understanding. And I think of just like want to do better, right? Because like that's also what it's not. This is a perfect world talking, but like that's what politics should be about, right? Like how to make this country, state, if you're not about to say it, or even local politics, like how to make it better, your community better. That's what it should be about. And there's going to be different ideologies of like, this is what I think we should do. This is what I think we should do. And yeah, I think we're way off course with that, unfortunately. But yeah. Agent Fire, Tom, hope you're doing well. Just want to say thank you for everything you've done, keeping this community so positive. It's a nice change. Appreciate you, Adrian. Thank you. Brother Fire, Dak with pick 6 coming out of halftime. Bye week 45, Cowboys 9, third quarter 14-48. Oh wow. All right, this is really piling on there. Jesse the Fire, favorite W tag team. Undertaker, all the Brothers of Destruction. DX. Heart Foundation. Come on now. Heart Foundation. Easy. Easy. Andrew Fire, using AI to compare stats and rosters. GPT consistently picked Minnesota. Ooh. We are people too, by the way. Skull, blow, pack, blow. Sorry you weren't my teacher. I can't write. That's fair. That's fair. I get it, Andrew. I get it. Sorry, we help out Vikings fans too. That's fine. Benzino and Fire. Tell the scriptwriter to lock the Stroud so he doesn't have any influence on the game this Sunday. Brother Turret, thanks, Tom. This conversation is refreshing. We rocking, babe. We are rocking and rolling. That's it. So. Jason with 8 tour. Who's making the primetime schedule this year? Same thing all the time. I actually got to tour it. It was pretty cool. They just used a post-it board for like the longest time. Going pretty well. Connor, how about you? How about you? Kenneth Walker and Alan Zarford, Mario Douglas, and Kyron Williams. I'm believing that Kenneth Walker is going to be better. I'm going to believe. I could be wrong, but I'm going to believe. Favorite day Fire. Do you have a favorite meal salad? Mine's a tuna salad or chickpea salad. Also, do you use crock pots or slow cookers? I love them so much. Yield. I used to, crock pot used to be a constant thing. Not as much anymore. But salads, I'm not a huge salad guy. Like, my favorite salad was like walnuts, like cranberries, apples, throw some like vinaigrette on there. Have a nice day. But I'm starting to have better salads in my life, which is very nice. So I don't really have anything besides the one I just mentioned right now, but I'm learning. I know. I'm a grass person, but again, salads, I've had good salads. It's boring. David Fire, good evening, G. Just finished watching NFC North video with Brad and EJ. Do you think Jordan is going to get better against the Blitz? I think that the problem is that it's a very small sample size, what you're currently pulling from, because the fact is he hasn't played a ton of games. But I think you're going to get a good reading this week against a good pass rush from the Texans. But I have to imagine things will settle down a little bit. So I would, the answer, yes. Stay with a Fire. Tom currently flying to Houston for Renfest. Totally not going to dress up as Bucky's Beaver. If you know, you know. Bucky's. Beaver Nuggets. It's true. It's true. TRM, yeah. People are not humoring the idea of civilized discussion and debate. Well, like, again, folks, like, yeah. But it's a mix, right? We participated in it, but also companies profited off of us, like, not having civil discourse, right? And, like, Twitter, for example, and I'm not even talking about current Twitter, like, Twitter of, like, hey, shorten your ideas into this long. Some ideas and, like, some thoughts take more than that, right? They take more than that word limit. And I think a lot of it's just been, like, condensing and making things very black and white when the real world is nuanced. And, yeah, I think that's also going to impact that. So sound clips are profitable. Again, right? So I'll have an hour conversation with somebody, but like the clip is going to go viral because it's shorter, right? But that's also, people are doing it for, clickbait or wherever, whatever. Nicole Tur, can you get a replacement fan of the year trophy? Oh, I don't need you, Nicole. This is the old one. It is back. It is alive. It is well. It is Gorilla Glued. So we're rocking. We're good. We're good. Oh yeah, Jim, I agree with that. Yeah, social media can be used for like such awesome things, but I feel like it was a lot more awesome a few years ago. It was definitely a lot more awesome a few years ago. Even for its purpose. I mean, I'm just going to speak from a Twitter situation. Dude, that site, it is so disappointing what that's turned into. Like, it was never a beacon of light by any stretch. And I honestly just use it for football updates because it's the fastest, because like Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport is like, tweeting it out and I can just see it. But yeah, it's just, especially now that it's for profit and that it's incentivizing to make just like reposting whatever and just garbage and just like fluff. It's just woof. And now it's just bad. And it sucks. JJ, they took time forgiving the Seahawks now. If they suck for a bit longer, maybe. Yeah, but I'm getting there. So, that's it. But, yeah. Rollins and tour time, my birthday. Hey, Rollins! Happy freaking fracking birthday. Go, pack. Enjoy it. Last year of the 30s. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, again, if it wasn't for that, no, it's always for profit. It was a publicly traded company, Tom. Thank you, Howie. I said for profit for like the creators for posting stuff. You monetized the content on there, and so now it's just regurgitated nonsense that's on there just to get clicks so you can make $8 a month. That's what I'm talking about. It affects the content that the people are posting. Because at the end of the day, we are the content, right? Twitter doesn't exist. Well, all the bots are still there, but Twitter doesn't exist without us because we are providing the content. And people also have monetized and weaponized that in like, hey, rage bait and like all this stuff. So people interact and they make money and have a nice day. Yeah. It dilutes the content. It doesn't make anything better. So we'll see. Rhea, that's true. It's a good call. Paul, very little. So we'll see. A bit on Chiefs and Eagles fan reaction to World 57. Can you see if you can try for 58? A bit on Chiefs Eagles fan reaction. I think was it not done for 58? Should have been. I think it should have been. Who knew? Terry gets sacked more this week, Stroud or Love? I would think it's going to be Love, if anything. Just because our pass rush right now is very meh. It's very pedestrian. So, yeah. Exactly. Entirety of football Twitter. Like, literally, the only reason I'm still on Twitter is literally for football. Because it's Ian Rapport and, like, Adam Schefter. It's like, cool. This just got tweeted out. This person got traded. I can go make my reaction video. People are like, how are you so fast? Because I literally have to, like, stare at my phone and wait for the Twitter update. So if I manage to get the Stroud's theme to play a Texans home game, we need to make it happen. I would love that so much. As long as Daniel got credit. But I would love that so much. So much. Kevin, I am streaming Patriots Jags. I am. I lost on clickbait. That's my punishment. I'm in hell. Appreciate you, Shane. Appreciate you. Axe, maybe. It depends how you'd find Blockbuster, but I think there'll be like one or two more. Like solid, like, oh, those are pretty big names. So we'll see. All social media. Yeah. No, I get it, Jim. I've said this many times. I don't think I would have social media, especially nowadays, if it wasn't for this. So, yeah, like it used to be super cool. And then they put like, yeah, it just got significantly worse. So, Instagram, you know, I'll post pictures and stuff. All that great stuff. But YouTube is, you know, my primary thing. So, that's it. No, Kevin, you good. Don't apologize, you good. Richard, would you rather Purdy or Mahomes for Green Bay? Mahomes? Yeah, I'd rather have Mahomes. Hall of Fame quarterback right now. Purdy's younger, but yeah, no. Mahomes' skill set. Everything. 5 time to watch clickbait this week. What did you lose to have to stream Pat's Jack? Yeah, I got like $250. And that was my punishment. So, Blue Sky, literally, the only reason is for football updates. And that's it. Like, I will go and then I will type in all caps, football happened, and just get the updates. So, if they're on there, I don't know. Do they post on there? I don't know. Like, again, I also don't have any time for social media or any more social media. Oh, so, well, Jack, you know, it also helps when you're not that. So, I told this story before I was teaching. When I got my first teaching job, I was like, oh man, like I have to go through my Twitter and see if I have to delete anything, right? Because, you know, that's the generation that I also grew up in, was just like, you know, social media will come back and bite you. And the most risque thing that I had tweeted out, because again, I grew up in that age and I knew I was going to be a teacher. So like, I was like, okay, I'm not going to, let's be dumb. So I'm not going to, like, there was no, back in my day, like you couldn't even post a picture online with like a red Solo cup because it was implied there was alcohol in there. Like I know people who did not get jobs because someone, like a company, found a picture of them with a red Solo cup and they're like, yeah, we're not hiring you. Like, that's how it used to be, which is insane, by the way. But at the end of the day, I went back and there was one thing where back in the day, there was like those old like Comedy Central shows, like with the hashtags, and you would do hashtags on Twitter, and it was like late night, like jokes and stuff like that. And I was trying to grow my stand-up comedy stuff. So the hashtag was Disney pickup lines. And so I tweeted out a picture of Quasimodo saying, wanna hump. And that was the most risque thing that I had tweeted ever in my entire thing. I was like, All right, and I looked at that and I was like, might be too risque. All right, let me delete it just in case. I don't know if this school's like super strict. So that was that was the most risque thing that I had ever tweeted. So yeah. Justin Atter, see the updated Twitter TOS. They had the right to scrape all your tweets for training Grok. Oh yeah. Yep. I literally just tweet in football updates. That's literally it. Just all in caps. And I get my football news. King with Tanner. Tom, been a fan of yours for a while. Appreciate you. Appreciate watching your content. I'm an Eagles fan. What's your honest opinion on McNabb as a QB? Most people I've met said he was not very good. Tell that to 4th and 26. That's how I remember him. But no, I think McNabb. No, that man could be clutch. I think he's a good quarterback. If we're just going like good or bad, I think he's a good quarterback. I think he is. Right, do it for Green Bay Mahomes or Prime Rodgers? Oh, Prime Rodgers right now. So good. I mean, I'm very happy with Love, and these wide receivers I don't think would work with the same kind of chemistry that Rodgers had because Rodgers didn't like practice with these guys. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Love right now still. But, yeah, Prime Aaron Rodgers, just a different beast. Jerry, call paramedics. The Cowboys getting murdered out here. Okay, coach, you're still sticking with McCarthy. Keep biting their kneecaps and put out points for them. Dude, the Lions, bro. The Lions were like straight up disrespectful to the Cowboys. And I mean this in the best possible way. It was amazing to watch. Like, amazing to watch. They were just, Jared Goff was like, nope, I'm still throwing. They're trying to get Penei Sewell to score. They're trying to get Decker to score. They slapped them around. Yeah, that was a game that they had circled for a hot minute. I won't believe anything else. So they beat the crap out of them. So let's see if they keep that energy with the Vikings. Let's see. They'll be fired after Sunday if they lose. That's what I'm saying, LQ. That for the fan base. Oh yeah, that's I mean, even just the petty things of reporting eligible, like just like things that we didn't even catch during the game, and you like found out post game, bro. It was straight up like they went in to the Cowboys' house and they trashed the place, and it was, man, that's just no, Michael, I'm streaming 4 games on Sunday. So, show one playoff game versus Cowboys in 2014. One for a missed DPI. Yep. There you go. Best shot at making the Super Bowl. Chiefs are going to always be on the list because they're just their playoff experience. Ravens, we'll see. I like the Ravens. Playoff Ravens are different though, and not in a fun way like they were with Joe Flacco back in the day. No, I'm not. That's not a slight at Lamar. It's just I can't believe that they blew it that badly in AFC Championship game. Strouds could be up there from the AFC. Those are like the top. And then NFC, Lions. I think the Packers could get there. I know it's going to sound like being a homer. 49ers if they get healthy. NFC East, I don't think so. NFC South, I don't think so. Yeah, I do think that I would not be surprised if the Super Bowl, like the NFC champion, is coming from the North or the West. Yeah, that's where I'm at. NFC. So we'll see. Bills, man, dude, if their offense is like as good as I think it could be so much fun. Be so much fun. I just gotta see it. I just gotta see what it looks like right now. So, okay. Boop. Fair birthday, Tara. Female teacher was fired because someone from her school discovered she had an OnlyFans account. Didn't think she should have been fired. It didn't affect her work. What's your take? I think in that case, like, it's super subjective because if within the classroom it did not impact the dynamic within the classroom because it was an unknown thing or there was a level of respect that was there, then I think it's fine. I think the problem is, and again, I don't know the age group or anything like that. The thing is, like, this is just coming from a teacher of like, yeah, like I get it. I don't agree with it, but like I get it. Like from a school perspective, I get it. That's unfortunately the world that we live in, but yeah. The most important thing is like, does it impact your teaching? Jared, if I started watching you when I was in 7th grade, now I'm a freshman in college. Oh, man. That's... Ugh. 23 hours from home. Appreciate your vid stream. Remind me of home. Go, Pack, go. Hey, Jerry, I appreciate you. Man, I am old. I am an old man. I appreciate you. Sean, if I were doing the Cardinals-Chargers game for my night, no, I'm doing the other one, sorry. Doing Ravens-Bucks. Jason, which is 4 games going into OT Sunday? Packers-Strouds. Maybe. And sure, 49ers, Vikings, NFC Championship. Who you want? 49ers. 49ers. That's it. Put me in a home. Put me in a home. Go Pack, go, baby. Go Pack, go. Yeah, no. Oh, Bill. Yeah, we're all going to get up there eventually, right? All right, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You can turn around and be like, yeah, I'm this old. So life lived. Life lived. Oh, it's true. Bears fan, do you think the Bears finally make playoffs? Howard, I don't think so this year. Again, they could surprise. I got to see how they are against quality competition. I'm not putting them down. It's just like, I just need to see that for a playoff prediction. I mentioned that before, but if I'm just going off what I see right this second, I think that they're going to fall just short. So, Blizzard Day Tour. Everybody in Yosemite, I have not. It's on the list. Yeah, I want to go to the national park so bad. So bad. Oh, yeah, we talked about it on GPS about Jay Cutler getting arrested. It's true. It's true. Kindness, please get off my lawn. No problem. No problem. What is your career if the Fail Mary didn't happen? Do you still do YouTube? It wasn't the Fail Mary that started this. No, that was 2012. It was the NFC Championship game. So it was January of 2015. Yeah, I think so. But maybe not. Maybe I post something and they win a Super Bowl. Maybe that happens. So, see. Michael Fire, time for a question. Which comedy show based in Canada is better? Letterkenny or Trailer? Letterkenny. Trailer Park Boys? Yeah, but Letterkenny. Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go. Yeah, intercepted by the PD. It's true. Think there'll be an international playoff game within the next 5 years? Ooh, no, I don't. No. The Super Bowl is the only thing that can be moved. They won't take that away from a team. Are you kidding me? The owners would lose their minds. So, Matthew Atura, I'm late, trophy fixed. It is. Need a little bit more Gorilla Glue, but it's good. It's good. It's good. Oh, Hulk, 2 hours, buddy. We've done 4-hour Q&As before. Come on. Go with the fire. What's with the Packers having out-of-division rivals with basically the entire NFC West? Can't wait to watch the Seahawks-Packers with you. Oh, bro. Cardinals, twice. Seahawks, devastation. 49ers, kajillion times. Rams, Ty Montgomery return. It's just, that Q&A went to a Saturday. It's true. It is true. How big is the NFL outside the U.S.? It's pretty good. I mean, Bo and I went there. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm reflective of all people's international because I am not. But no, there's fan bases, my friend. There are significant fan bases. To our super serious question, Vikings versus Stalin. Who you got? The Vikings. Yeah, no. They're too ineffective to do anything significant. Yeah, that's fine. FPS saying, if we're talking about dream trips, you should make an effort to visit San Diego Zoo. It's good not to confuse me about people being mad at zoos. Well, it depends on the type of zoo. Well, hold on. Hold on there. It depends, because there's different types of zoos. There's zoos that are there for, like, conservation and stuff like that, and then there's, like, crappy zoos. So there are a difference between a couple different zoos. So I don't generalize on zoos, but there is a difference. So, yeah. Hey, Jaguar Game 9. Appreciate you. Thank you. I think we might be getting rated. What's going on? Glennis, how are we doing? How are you? How are you? Boom. Ryan Grant better than James Starks? Of course, RG forever. But James Stark during that Super Bowl run? Come on now. Come on now. That's what I'm saying. Oh man, Super would have been dope. Yeah, no, I came up with the idea week 2. Oh, week 1 would have been great. King with a fire. It's crazy to think the Eagles never beat a Pete Carroll-led Seahawks team. Ooh. There you go. There you go. Yeah, dude, Legion of Boom was no joke. Epic with fires. Bo Nix gonna be able to fix his footwork, or is permanent and us Broncos fans gonna enter QB hell once again? He looks like a rookie quarterback. That's what I saw. Like, he looks like a rookie quarterback who doesn't have a ton of help on offense. He had help last night. They had a run game to lean on. They won the game. He has a defense he can lean on. So get him some weapons, then we can actually start to evaluate him. You know, Spencer Fire. Lions hosted a watch party at Ford Field during the Cowboys game. Only away game they're doing for this year. Definitely had that game circled. Oh yes. Mike with a fire. Frank be with you. Blake with a fire. Tom. Well, I don't believe we're gonna beat the Chiefs Sunday. I'm glad Ricky Pearsall will be. Yeah, that's super cool. Get his first start. Hell yeah. Let's see what you can do. Gentleman fire. Tom, hope you're doing well. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. Wanted to ask what haircut did you get. It's a great cut. I don't know what it's not really I don't know what it's called. No, so my barber, I met him, yeah, we talked about it last time I just went to him, 6 years ago. And he was working for a barber shop, and then during COVID, he started doing his own thing, like just taking like appointments, and been super dope. So, yeah, I don't know. I just said this is like kind of what I wanted, and he does it. And he does a great job. Shout out, John. Shout him out. Take a picture. Show it to the barber. SA with a fire. Tom, Chargers defense is playing like top 5 unit. How is Staley that bad? Go Bolts. He's also trying to run a team too, but yep. Jesse Fire. Wildfire stream. Other game sides. Warzone. If your turn. Sparky Zero. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Again, it's just timing. Just time. How'd they get an all-pro safety named Xavier? Thank you, Giants. Zach with fire. Fell asleep last night to the live stream. We were watching Coach season 1 and 2, and the whole thing, chat not realizing you're a dirty blot is funny. It's amazing. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Thoughts on the Colts? Confusing, man. They got to see what Anthony Richardson is. And then it's going to be interesting, because if Anthony Richardson doesn't, like, win a bunch of games, you know, again, wins are not QB stats, but if he doesn't lead them to victory, then they're going to have to make a decision. Okay, do we see if we can go to the playoffs with Flacco? Everything to 5. Tom, without Jane Daniels, the Commanders are doing, would you stream a Commanders game as Wildfire? Not probably the whole one, but maybe a playoff game. I would say maybe a playoff game. So, appreciate it, Laura. Shout out, John. I didn't do anything. That's John. Crushed the haircut. So, it's great. It's great. But we'll see. Green Bay trade rumor. No. Maybe they will. It's not going to be Myles Garrett or Max Crosby. I'll be shocked. Shocked. How do I become Packers fan? Cheese. That's it. Coach season 6. It will happen before I move. It will happen before I move. I just ran out of time. So, ran out of time, and I didn't want to rush it. It wouldn't have been as good. Like, I would have probably gotten, like, 1 episode out, and then it would have been, it would have not been good. So, we'll see. We'll see. Korea, that's just from a fan, so. That's it. How'd you become one? I ate cheese. I mean, I had allergic reaction, so I did it. I did do it. Best GCU alternative timeline scenario? If Bruce and Springsteen died, that'd have been interesting. I don't know how that would have impacted Coach. I think that was a question before. Yeah, I don't know. Dwayne, am I ready for the Wisconsin winters? I like the cold. And also, it's during the season. I'm working all the time, so I'm good. Glenn Sweat 20. Go on vacation to Brussels and Amsterdam this spring. Interesting World War I history. Excited to see Belgium. Oh my God, enjoy. Enjoy. I'm jealous. Amsterdam's dope. Hell yeah. Go to Brussels. Bruges is a dope ass place. Highly recommend. King with a fire. Enjoy too. Also, I always brag to my friend who's a Rams fan that as great as Donald was, he never had a single sack against the Eagles. There you go. There you go. That's right. MVP. Jordan Love. Nickelodeon. Down with a fire. Thanks for humoring me with the style and nonsense. Actual question. Do you use open license music for your content, or do you have a guy? Well, Daniel has done amazing stuff for Coach. Has also made stuff for the Saga, and has also made the Stroud song and the Ref song. But the vast majority, and he does amazing work, the vast majority of stuff that I get is from the YouTube audio library. so I don't get copyright issues. Now, I say that, but fun fact, for whatever reason, the intro music, the countdown music I use is called The Awakening. It's like Patricios or something. And I use that music also for the raid graphic. And the past 4 streams I've done, they've gotten copyright claimed for the 20 seconds of the raid theme, which is the same as the intro that doesn't get claimed. So I've had to dispute every single one. It's been fun. It's been so much fun. It's great. It's great. Love it. Love it. Stroud instead of Bryce Young. Yeah, I don't know. Bryce, it's tough to tell, man. Like, he just hasn't looked good unless it's against Joe Barry. But Stroud on the Panthers, I think, would be good, but not to the level of what we're seeing here because he just didn't have the support there. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's one of my favorite what ifs about QBs going to other teams. It's one of my favorite ones. So, we'll see. Worst injury illness I ever had? Illness? I'm not gonna lie, it's up there. Bro, I got sick in Mexico. 4 days, and the most I ate was like some fruit, and that was it. Like, I could only take in water. I was sick, man. That sucked. I had the flu a few years back. That was really bad. I was shivering on the couch. Like, that was really bad. But I mean, it's probably like when I stopped breathing as a baby and like went to the hospital. It's probably those though. As out of fire, Mr. H. Bryce Young. Oh, we steer. Thanks, Perta. Yeah, bro. I was like, oh, we here. And then, yep. No idea how I wrestled. Dude, I'm telling you, like, my face going in that Uber, I was in the front seat. I did not open my eyes once. I just kept my head down. I was so sick. I was like timing how long it took before I had to run to the bathroom again. And oh man, I saw that ring and I was like, okay, I can do it. I had to stop them a bunch of times. I was like, guys, like, I'm going to throw up. Like, we got to wait a hot second. Like, it's not what I wanted it to be, but yeah, I've had COVID twice. The first time sucked. The first time was not fun. I didn't enjoy that one. So I was so sick. I had nothing in me. So no, Papa Grossi, fix it. Gorilla Glue. So yeah, that was really, really, really bad. I did not enjoy that at all. So, but other than that, yeah, because I felt bad too, because I wanted, like, you know, like when I was in Brazil, like people wanted to like buy like food or drinks, and like especially that was like to the area, and I was like, oh my god, I want to try it. I literally was sipping water, and that's all I could keep down. It was so bad. So, broken femur, yeah. I've never broken. I've badly sprained my arm, my knee, and my ankle. And I know every single one of them. My knee was in soccer, and I had scored a goal already, and I was running again, and this kid slide tackled me, and I freaking just fell on my knee. I sprained my effing knee. That hurt so badly. Yeah, that sucked. Then my arm I was in last period gym, and we were playing dodgeball, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. And they blew the whistle when you're like on the line to run to the ball in the middle, and I ran, and the person was faster than me, so I was like, okay, and I started backing up, and I lost my balance, and I put my left arm out, and it took all of my weight, and oh man, that sucked. That hurt. But my ankle was probably the worst one in terms of like those injuries. I mean, the Buffalo one sucked. Don't get me wrong. Like, my back hurt for 3 months afterwards. But my ankle, I was on a skateboard at my dad's friend's daughter's party who turned like 3 or something, and was like, oh, bring the kids. And I was on a skateboard going down their driveway, and the birthday girl who like turned like 3 walked out in front of me, and I was like, well, I can't hit her. So I threw my body to the right, and my foot got caught under the board in the to the driveway, and like completely, I'm shocked it didn't break, but destroyed my ankle. So yeah. Ref and I have a torn rotator cuff. He's just built different. Ref's just built different. So, yeah, then there was one time I thought I broke my toe, and the doctor thought I broke my toe. Then they did x-rays, and I didn't break my toe. That was in jiu-jitsu. I was grappling with somebody, and I went to go put my right foot down and plant, and I planted my big toe straight into the mat. That thing turned purple. Woo! That was not good. There you go, Wookie. How you doing? How's everyone doing? Let's go, let's go. Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt. So, jumping off a couch. College is interesting. It's true. That's true. That's very, very true. Who's better QB? It's Aaron Rodgers right now, Johnny. Jordan Love, we just haven't seen enough sample size. And Brett Favre is fantastic, but he threw too many interceptions. Rodgers was like pure accuracy. So, yep. KT, if I finally got my driver's license, it's 28, baby. Proud of myself for finally getting that done. Let's go! Let's go, KT. Get it. Get it, get it, get it. Woo! Wookie, sun's almost here. Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, yeah, Cal, how's the wedding? Was the wedding good? It was good? How do you come up with the roles you created for the amazing videos? Well, it depends on what it is. Just in here. That's it. Jay Cutler was arrested. It's true. Broken left arm twice. 5 years, still in muscle mass. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Why does Ref's North Saga character development for a scripted make you so happy? I mean, it's just great. They're just totally different characters. I mean, they're two completely different characters. So, Dan, back in the day, I had a ton of Legos back in the day. Route they tour, broke a toe chasing the dog around the house once. That'll happen. It will happen. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'll falling down the stairs. 100%. Marlo, what's there? Tom, love the content. Question for you. What's the best part to watch Packers game in Westchester? Lived here 4 years now, and I haven't found a good spot. I'm gonna be honest with you, Marlo. I don't know Westchester enough. I don't know of any. There's one in Beacon. I don't remember the name. I randomly stumbled upon it because I went to the bathroom, and this was years ago. It was pre-COVID. And I went to the bathroom to pee, and I looked up, and there was Packers stuff on the wall. I was like, is this a Packers bar? And I went out, and there was a Packers bar. And then there's, like, the city, like, Kettle of Fish and stuff. So, you usually have to get there super early. Ethan, 5 serious question. Any difficulty solutions holding down a relationship and a schedule that burns most people's mutual time off? Ooh, typically speaking. Ooh, that's a great question. Ethan, I want to answer that question. I got P for the D really quick, though. We're going to keep going. We all vibing? We're vibing. I'm good. We're going to vibe. I'll grab a vitamin. Like, we'll rock. I'm good. That's a great question. I want to answer that, too. Hold on. P for the D. Be right back. Oh, vibing? Vibe? All right, vibe. Herman, take care. Watch over the chat. Herman. All right. He went to Jared. He did go to Jared. Okay. Another great question. So Ethan asked, any difficulty solutions to holding down a relationship in a schedule that burns most people's mutual time off? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to give you real life examples. And I've told this story. I told it earlier this summer, or I guess a few months ago at the end of summer. But with my girlfriend, we had like a first go around at trying to make it work. And the schedule was really, really tough because at that point, her car had just like kind of crapped the bed and she was in the process of getting a new car. And so in order to spend time with one another during the season, I had to drive about 40 minutes to like grab her and like, bring her back and then back and forth and stuff like that. And it was just difficult. And it's not that I didn't want to see her or anything like that. It was just very difficult to do just because, again, the amount that I work during the season, it's 100 hours a week. And, I would get texts and stuff and I just simply like couldn't respond, for hours. And again, it's not a lack of not wanting to or anything like that. And so it came to a point where, we had a conversation and I was like, hey, like, I just feel like I'm not pulling my weight. Like I am just not being like the person that like you need right now. And like, that sounds super cliche, but like, I am not giving you the time that you deserve. And like with these extra issues, it was problematic. And so we separated and we're together now. So it all worked out. But what's different about it now is one, communication, and two, it is a commitment. I think it's at the end of the day, so she came here and saw literally like what my work was, right? And it's during this, it's just constant, whether it's streaming or videos or planning or editing or film, etc., right? And it's not complaints, by the way. This is just to answer the question. And I think that one, to see that, but two, to openly communicate. And then it would be, okay, I'm done at 1:30 in the morning. She's a night owl like I am. So, okay, we'll hang out till 3 o'clock in the morning before we go to bed. And I got to wake up and do this again. And it was that dedicated time where it was like, okay, it's not the most stereotypical or like normal or typical schedule, but if we're willing to accommodate for one another, and she was willing to accommodate, based off this, and this obviously means a ton to me. I'm very protective of this, and like I give this a lot because I love what I do. And, I found somebody who that understood that and, saw that it was important. And so we found pockets of time that we could spend with one another. And obviously that's a situation where she is now able to work from home, which helps significantly, and not everybody's in that situation. So I think it's going to come down to communication, and then it's what level of commitment you want to give the relationship, because you'll find the time, something's going to have to get sacrificed for that time though. It's just a matter of, do you want to do that? Eric, with Daytura, any new shows you watching? Bro, Penguin right now? Penguin's phenomenal. I'm still 2 behind on Agatha, but Penguin's phenomenal. So good. So good. Casey, Daytura was about breaking the table with your back. Bro, my back was shot for months. I'm sure I'm going to have significant problems later. Hi, Rachel's mom! How you doing? Ink with Tanner. Raw indeed. She in the Grossi posse? No. I mean, she supports me in the fandom now and loves all the stuff I do. But making sure she a Packers fan, only thing that matters. Well, New York, so originally Giants, but she didn't really care about football until me. Oh yeah, Magic. She's going with me. So yeah, and she loves my cookies. That's true. That's very true. Very true. So we'll see. We'll see. So that way, too, should I start Ozark? Did you watch it? I have not watched it. I've heard good things, though. I heard the ending might have been meh. But you sly dog. Oh, yeah, 100%. Every single time I'm coming downstairs for a Packers game, she's like, go, Pack, go. I was like, go, Pack, go. Let's go. Come on now. The GPS intro scripted. No, I was in a suit because I had to go to a funeral this morning. I set that on, but yeah. Yeah, Rachel, now we do. Yeah. So, yep. Blue, 4 years. Whoa! Wait a minute. I think you might be one of the first heralds that I have ever seen. Rachel! Come look at your work. You the wildflower crowns, because look at 3. Look at that. We got a herald. Next to the blue wildcat. Come on now. 4-year member. We got the herald emote. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. There we go. They've been married. There's been many? Really? For 4? I feel like I've seen a lot of 3s. A lot of 3s. Again, what they 6 anime you like to watch in the off season? I would like to just watch a bunch of anime in the off season, but I have a list of a few that, bro, I still haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know. Yeah, time. How could, yeah, whatever. I don't have time. I want to have time. It's just I don't have time. So if I reach out to AJ Dillon for CGS, I actually just talked to AJ Dillon about, I talked to him like 3 weeks ago, I think. He wanted me on the show. It's just, yeah, off-season stuff where we might wind up doing something together. He asked me about being on his show. So, yeah, now I wait to see the Chaotic Good Badge. It's true. It's true. Bits and pieces of community. Bits and pieces. So, yeah, that's it. Grass person. No, not grass, but when at home, mostly grass person. Cooper, I just don't know again, I'm just not in tune enough to make a educated video with it. So I did see that. Yeah, Kevin. Problematic indeed. Ever saw It's Always Sunny? It's so funny. I literally am watching it now. I've never watched it before. I've never watched it before. So yeah, we're on season 6 now. So Angel, 20 memberships. Boop. Appreciate you, brand new folks. Join the Discord. Let's go. Tom, have you won any arguments yet? That's the best part, man. There have been, yeah, I'm struggling to think of a time where something has risen to the level of that it could be defined as an argument, which is insane. I've never had that before. Right, third Netflix release Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Ooh, Arcane's coming out soon. I know that. Nathan, two of his favorite Pokemon. Why? Kadabra, Alakazam. Because they're dope. Ash had to go get a ghost. He had to go get Haunter to beat him. Sabrina's dope. Come on now. Jesse, if I always wonder what the Browns or Panthers kept Baker, I'm happy for his progression since his first NFL start to proving people wrong. Again, it depends on the support that he has, though, right? The support system. So, it's It's Always Sunny. Yeah, there's some stuff. It's super funny. It's very 2000s comedy, but it's so funny. It's pretty damn funny. I did not expect the first episode, though. First episode was whoa, damn, all right. So, we'll see. If Jared Goff can win a Super Bowl, would he be better than Matthew Stafford? I don't think so. Matthew Stafford's also just had a longer career, but Matthew Stafford also is a different type of quarterback. So, yep. We'll see. Yeah, Baker stuff with multiple coaches, 1,000,000%. James Conner and Nick Chubb. And the Chargers. Ooh, I might. Do you go on Nick Chubb your first? Are they limiting his snap count? God, I might go Nick Chubb. I don't like Connor against the Chargers right this second, but I might go Nick Chubb. I might. Brandon, yeah, history lesson. Again, it's just a time thing right this second. So I'm hoping at some point this season. I'm hoping. So, we're rocking Winter. We're limited. If they're limiting, then go James Conner. He's going up against a good defense in the Chargers, but if they're limiting, then just go Conner. So, yeah, Rachel, I understand that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But if they're limiting Chubb, then I'd probably go Conner, because at least he's going to get it a few times. But they also abandoned that, too. Played Sutton, bro. Yeah. Bro, I picked the Saints to win, so we all whiff. We all whiff. So, that's it. I don't know, man. We're trying and we're surviving. Bit by bit. Houston and Green Bay final score. 38-34 Packers. Let's go. Axeman, Jamal Williams. Come on now. Have a grand old time. Dude, most Pokemon anime. Let's rock. Let's rock. Amazing. Let's go, Rhea. We're rocking. Rocking. Jets 49ers. There you go. There you go. Has she held a camera for a shot? Yes. She has filmed the Nightmare episode of Coach. She has filmed the walk down episodes and walk up shots for the North Saga. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd say a good time that you've seen a camera move, unless it's for, like, Papa Grossi has done a few Coach shots. But yeah. Crushing it. She's gotten real good at it, too. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, I got Eckler. There you go. There you go. Stroud or Goff in fantasy. Maybe Stroud. And with a five-star play the Packers or Commies defense or fantasy, also how to define success. Ooh, now we're getting interesting. Commanders against Panthers? Commanders. Still not famous. Welcome to the posse. Appreciate you. How do you define success? That's changed throughout my life. That's changed. It's tough because, like, I can give you a current definition. It's tough because, like, I wouldn't say I feel successful in, like, a traditional, like, way. I don't know, like, the traditional definition. I feel, for me, like, I'm just striving to be, like, happy. And this is going on to 10 years of doing this thing. I'm so happy that I do it. Like, it took so much work, so much time. It still does. And, yeah, I felt it when I was doing Monday Night Football scripted on Wednesday. Like, I was sitting there editing it, and I was really liking how it was coming along. And I was like, man, I'm so happy and grateful I get to do this. Because I was just happy, man. Like, I get to create stuff and just do what I love and talk about my passion, which I've had since I was 6 years old. And, yeah, it's been work. It's been 9 years of work. But, yeah, I say success in terms of just doing what I love, then I'm rocking. But yeah, I think I'm still, I think I have to work on the, and am currently working on the work-life balance. During the season, there is none. But the off season, there needs to be some. Otherwise, like, my head's going to explode. So yeah, I think I've just been working for a long time. And I think it's just, it's just the lack of days off, but it's more of, I know this sounds like super whatever. The relief that I am going to feel when I hit 1 million subscribers, like when it happens, like I'm already like tearing up about it. Like legitimately, like that will, I know it's a materialistic thing. I know it's not what you should strive for, but that is, that's a thing, and I've mentioned a few times on Chaotic Good Sports. Like, they can't take it away from you. Like, that's why 100K was so meaningful. But yeah, to get like 1 million, and then when I say after that, like, I do not care about subscribers. Then, I still am going to do this, and I love what I'm doing. But every day, the number that I am the most concerned about is subscribers. And that is not because I am flowing in money. I'm very happy with the amount of money that I make 9 years in, but that's number one. Yeah. I mean, if you've watched this for any amount of time, you know it's not for money. I donated more money to Perna's, charity that we made last night. So it's not that 30 and 30. It's definitely not for money. International, definitely not for money. I care about this community. I care about the subscriber thing. For me is just like an inherent YouTube thing. And I know that 1 million and a gold play button has been kind of diluted a little bit, but yeah, that's going to be a huge weight that's off of being like, okay, I don't have to worry about this number anymore. I'm not going to hit 10 million subscribers. I'm not going to hit, I'm not going to hit, I don't think 5 million subscribers. That's okay. I could work, but that's not the goal. Once I hit 100 and was like, wow, this is incredible. I was like, all right, 1 million seems really far away. And now we're 276,000 away. So, yeah. So Turk and Cater Craft this week. Maybe Kincaid. Maybe. Reese with a fire. What chance the Lions taking Jefferson out of the game like they did with CD? Pretty decent, but Jefferson's a different beast. He's gonna catch balls. Corey to fire. Tom, I haven't seen a team give up a Hail Mary right before half for the Bills since 2021. It's true. Lucas with a tier. No Packers primetime game. Bro, I know. They're coming later. Leo, thank you for the $1. Appreciate you. Do I have a model of success? I don't know if I have a model of success. No. It's been a lot more intrinsic, though. So, yeah. There we go. We're rocking. Make a day in the life. Axeman, I have footage. Yeah, I want to. It's I literally have tried to do that multiple times. But I run out of time. I just don't have enough time to do it. Was fan of the year not success? No, I don't define that as success. No. I literally look at that, like, legitimately. I've said this multiple times. That's like a gift that this community gave me. That is how I view it. I don't view that as success of like, oh, I'm fan of the year. Look it up. No, that's not how I view it. I view it as like people took the time. The nomination alone, like we didn't talk about it on this channel. The nomination alone was so over. I cried. Like I got the Packers phone. I cried. I still have that voicemail saved for when I missed the call because this boy's phone is on silent. No notifications coming through. But the fact that people took the time to vote, to advocate to vote for it, yeah, it is nothing but gratitude. I don't look at that as something that is based off what I've done. No, like I base that off as like, that is a generous ass community that has made the charitable aspects of this channel what it is. You know, I will give up my time, I will give up my money, my energy, all this stuff to do 30 and 30, international stadium tour, streaming, what have you. At the end of the day, I'm giving up like my time and money and effort and stuff like that. But all of that doesn't mean diddly squat unless like people in this community are coming together to support those efforts, right? So, I mean, there's a very likely chance that 30 and 30, I spend as much money as I freaking did, and we don't raise that much money for St. Jude. And then what the hell did I do this for, right? So, at the end of the day, I don't think that's really about success. I think it's just more of like, hey, I'm so grateful and appreciative that the fan base was like, hey, we're going to give this to you. And, bro, you saw me after the award show. Eric, return diluted maybe, but it doesn't make it any easier. Oh, no. 100%. Really, if the clock strikes midnight, I'll be 30 years old. Any advice for being 30s? I've loved every second of it. Even the hard parts. Something shifts when you're 30. And Futura, you're a punk rock Green Bay legend. Don't beat up on you. Hey, we're trying. I've seen A Quiet Place. I've seen all of them. I appreciate you, King. Appreciate you. Ryan with a tour. Has anyone done Triple X pornography with Perna yet? I don't think so, unless he's just done it himself. So, Andrew, Darcy's Stroud's are trying to keep me away from Lambeau on Sunday. He took out the water pump in my car. Well, you know I had extended warranty. Still going to that game. Let's go, Andrew. Don't let the Stroud stop you. Don't let him. I appreciate you, Mitchell. I mean, like, take Mitchell. Mitchell's a fantastic, good God. Mitchell, the reigning, defending, 30 and 30 top donator of the world. Mitchell. But again, it's not quantified on the amount, which Mitchell greatly appreciative. But it's more of just the amount of people. Like, I had kids giving me like $2 to go to St. Jude. Like, come on, man. Like, that's amazing. So, nah, this 30 and 30 was for the community and for charity. International stadium tours to international fans and for charity. That's it, man. That is it. So, For your first subscriber, Bailey. I mean, I'm my first subscriber because you automatically do, but yeah, no, I remember. Like, I still remember it was the Rams episode. I got 100 people to listen to it on SoundCloud because I couldn't track iTunes stuff. So 100 people listened to it. Perna and his Broncos won in 2015. That was the first one. That was 1,000. I remember it. So, Jelly, it's my birthday. I'm getting a hamster on Saturday. Let's go, Jelly. Happy freaking fracking birthday. Enjoy that hamster. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't let it bite you. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Next Friday, I put up with someone who I know is going to put me down and piss me off. Do I fake being sick and stay home? Communicate. Remove yourself from the situation. Remove yourself from the situation. Or communicate with that person, see if things can change. And if things can't change, then you remove that person from the situation. That's it. Gonna do a fan event during the draft in Wisconsin? Oh, yeah. 100%. I don't know what capacity I'm going to be doing stuff with either the team or the NFL. I don't know if anything. But if not, cool. I am going to be renting out a house, and yeah, we're going to rock and roll. We're going to do fan stuff. We're going to stream. I'm going to pull every string possible to announce a draft pick. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you. Una mas. Una mas. Mythology FPS? Ooh, that's a really specific one. I don't know. I don't think Page Master would count, right? Right? So, Excalibur, Gorilla Glue, not tape. Gorilla Glue. That's it. Una mas. Una mas. Why not? Hunter said be attending that. I'm excited for it. I'm super pumped for it. So, I'm going to try to pull some strings. I'm going to try. Yeah, Zachary, again, I'm going to try to do more stuff in Green Bay. Obviously, now that I have access to it, it's not a 16-hour drive from here. So, we'll see. Think Green Bay will invite you to announce a draft pick? I don't assume anything. So, I think I could have pulled it off this year because usually a fan of the years are, like, allowed to. But, I mean it. I'm going to pull every string. That would be a life goal. I think 2025, well, Jake, the only consequence is you're the only one dealing with the consequences right now if you're fake sick in it, because you're the one dealing with those consequences. So either you deal with them or you deal with them together. That's it. Yeah. 2025, man. 10 years doing this. Hoping we hit 1 million subscribers. Maybe drafting Green Bay. Maybe announcing a pick. Maybe Packers Fan Hall of Fame. We'll see. Oh, I'm hoping. We'll see. There'll be a lot of work going on. I have ideas. We'll get there. Exactly, Winter. Hey, it's 7:24. So, EJ Fire, what day let you announce first round pick and it's a QB? Well, then I'll bring some screaming pillows. That'll be it. That will be it. So, but no, that's the thing too. I think that's really important that, you know, anytime like even the admin comes in here for the NFL, you know, or like the Packers fan of the year thing, like that doesn't get lost on me. Like the amount of gratitude that I have to have even some opportunities and fighting for those opportunities and earning those opportunities. I mean, the NFL, dude, I mean, they just sent me to the combine in February. I've been doing this for 9 years. And that's not of like, oh, I deserve it. No, I'm like that. But that's where I'm at of like, I don't expect anything from the Packers. I don't expect anything from the NFL. I don't expect anything from viewers. I don't expect anything. Like I think what has helped a lot over these years is like, I legit have to work every day at this. Because otherwise, like, I don't do the sponsors. So like, I don't make money. So I don't do that. I don't know how to pay bills. And like, yeah, I do pride myself on trying to earn it as much as I possibly can. So we'll see. Drive edge rusher. That's what they got LVN for, right? So we'll see. Best division, NFC North right now. And then for the AFC, maybe the North too? Maybe. That's it, Connor, right? Right? Oh, I don't think I'll ever be invited on the Manning cast. Again, I could be wrong. I do think that ESPN does not like me. Nathan, if I were to ask you a question, since you write a lot, have you used fountain pens to write with? I have before. Honestly, my favorite are like these cheap pens right here. I love these pens. They're good. They're good. I like them. I wonder why. I mean, I do criticize them a good amount. Bro, like, again, that's the nice thing, too. Like, I don't have sponsors, so, like, I don't have to worry about losing sponsors. Just talk about what you talk about. That's it. So, Honolulu, that's a great point, right? Being satisfied in life. 100%. I mean, that's also why, like, after 30 and 30, like, it's not a over-exaggeration. That was a life-changing thing. And I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is 1,000,000% what I want. Like, I want to help people. Like, to feel this, like, kind of just, like, good and just positivity. Like, this is what I want to strive for. So, yeah. It's a time. It's a time. No. Writing should hurt. Writing is art. Pain is art. Why do you have beef with ESPN? I don't even have beef with ESPN. I don't. I do think that they do things that I'm not like. ESPN Bet and ESPN, I don't like that. I don't. I don't. I think it's just, that's a weird gray area. I just think it's, I don't know. I think you get in a very, very slippery slope. So, yeah, that's it. There you go, Connor. Growing. Means you're growing. That's it. So, no, but yeah, I completely agree, Honolulu. And that's why, like, again, Iceland, the first vacation in 5 years, that was not long enough, but it was a good reset. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. I have no problem with it. Dude, absolutely not. Like, I have no issue with it. People do whatever they want with their money. Do it responsibly. Yeah, I just think it's weird coming from, like, their number one sports provider. It's a little weird. So, yeah. Yep. Well, that's just me. Again, people disagree. That's fine. I don't criticize anybody who promotes it. I don't criticize, like, but again, I just think coming from, like, the leader in sports, you know, just a favorite historical figure. A favorite? See, like, when I think of figures, I'm thinking, like, authors or, like, that, like, philosophers maybe, but James Baldwin's up there. Freaking love James Baldwin. Yeah. James Baldwin had some harsh truths about the world. I like James Baldwin. Yep. Sour beer? Yeah, PC. I like sour beer. But I can only drink, like, one. And then my stomach will be like, that's all for now. That's it. That's it. So, yeah. We'll see. Subnautica. No, I saw the second one's coming out, though. I heard it's good. I heard it's pretty damn good. So, I heard it's a fun game, but I just haven't had a chance to play. So, yeah, sour beer, yeah. Again, it's just like, it's same thing with shandies for me. Like, I know that it's too sweet. I'm like, nay. Shown call from. I don't think so, Michael. What's that on? Hey, Dynamis, we'll see. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, James Baldwin is, the writings of James Baldwin. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Screw Aristotle. It's, yeah, philosophers are fascinating. Because, again, just, like, having access to that and just if you learn about philosophers, it also forces you to examine your worldview. And I think that that's really important. That's fun. Like, how do you feel about people? You know? Gamer? Oh, yeah. PC. No, I just use this for editing and stuff and streaming, obviously. But, yeah, PS5 that I use the majority of the time. But, again, stuff. Have I thought about brewing my own Packcast beer? Cheesehead TV does their own. Yeah, it seems like way too much stress. It really does. Because then the quality would have to be, like, phenomenal. Yeah, and I don't have that energy and time to put into it right now. No, do you take any inspiration from TFS in your skits? Team 4-star you're talking about? About inspiration. I mean, they're fantastic. I love like DBZA, but no, I don't know about inspiration. But I love the content though. Love the content. Socrates argue against democracy. Discussed. That's what we were just talking about. Make some points. Make some points. Bowser, I played like the first 20 minutes of the first Spider-Man, and I didn't get a chance to play the rest of it. I heard the second one was really good too. So who wins, Vikes or Lions? I got Lions. I got Lions. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. Yep, it's got to be like perfect beer. Or maybe Allagash. This is your chance. This is your chance. M. Dog Tour, Muffin Button. It's true. Allagash. If that's what I'm saying, Ken. Allagash. If we can name a beer that you make, because I know it would be delicious. We make the Grossi. Come on now. Come on now. Where'd you get that muffin? Muffin Button. Muffin better than cupcakes. Winter, don't you start. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. When did you start doing raids during halftime? Oh my God, years ago. I don't know, chat, what, 2018, 2019? Jesse at 20! Someone who started watching you this season. It's awesome hearing your knowledge and insight on everything and not just football. Even though it'd be cool to see you cast on ESPN, it's fun watching you here. I appreciate you, Jesse. Yeah, like, I'll be very honest. Like, collab, cool, 100%. I don't know if I'd ever go to a network full time. Let me say it. I don't think I would ever. Not for this to be like a, oh, he said this at some point, like, got him. I just, like, collaboration, totally cool. Like, once in a while, cool. But, yeah, I don't think, like, I'd love to sell a show, like, of something that I want to do. I have some pretty larger ideas that I can't fund it myself at the moment. So that'd be cool, but, yeah. Leo to 4, I think the Super Bowl matchup would be Packers and Chiefs. Packers win. Super Bowl 1 rematch. Let's go. Jesse Q use a yellow stripe on the helmet. Tristan, if I had time realistic seeing Myles Garrett come to the Packers would make me extremely happy. Of course, he's a great player. Great player. So, we'll see. Let's go, Nicholas. Let's go. Howard, I have seen Stranger Things. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm excited for season 5 just because it's been so long. So whenever it comes out, I'll be like, I'll watch it. So, would you go on the Manicast? Sure, but I have to stream on Monday nights, so I have to find a way around that. And again, I'm not going to get invited to that. So, it's all good. It's all good. There, I promise you, like, it's all good. I'm very happy with what this is. If it grows larger than that, hell yeah. I want 1 million subs. That is like, that's the selfish part of me. That's what we want. I don't think Myles Garrett's moving. I don't think so. It's true, Rachel. It's true. Oh, I know, Adam. I know. Yep. If I was able to get a Seahawk, oh, give me Marshawn Lynch. Come on now. Marshawn Lynch. Be amazing. Amazing. This season. Yeah, Winter, I think realistically, just because, again, things slowed down. Per and I were talking about this. Slow down in October. I haven't slowed down, but the subs slow down. It's normal. But I'm thinking 750 sometime in November. Might be the end of November. We'll hit 750. December, maybe it gets to like 760, 765 if I'm lucky. And then January is the crazy time. So January, I think if the Packers make a run, things can go crazy. If they don't make a run, then I think we finish around like 800K. And then it's a matter of, okay, before I move, do we try to incentivize the growth? And yeah. And by incentivizing me, I'm just going to work more. So yeah. I think that's where we're at right this second. And a lot of it, I think, is going to stem on the Packers. Unless something crazy happens. But, yeah, people are starting to settle in. And they're like, okay. A lot of the new folks who are, like, tuning in. It's less than September. It's every year. King with 5. Chiefs win. What team could they beat that make take their undefeated? Oh, wait, hold on. I think they say the undefeated the whole season. I'm a fan. I think they go 14-3. So what team do you think is going to beat them? What team could they beat that might make you think they stay? Oh, what team could they beat? I understand. Sorry, I didn't read that right. Okay, so Chiefs schedule. Texans, and that's 3 games away from the end of the year. Yeah, I say Texans. Because I don't think it indicates that they'll, like, win out. But if they're that close and they beat the Texans, I think they can win those last 2 games. All right, then with they fired. Let's see. Packers Super Bowl, Chiefs Super Bowl, Packers Super Bowl this year's my pick matchup. Hey, getting revenge for Super Bowl 1? No, thank you. No, thank you. You want 2. 1, 2. Nay. Yeah, I think so, Rachel. SB at 5. I think Holmes is going to see what our defense like without Hutch versus the Vikings. If it's worse, we'll get someone like Hendrickson. Yeah, I think you'll go. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm waiting on the Vikings. I just got to see what they look like against a good team. We'll see what happens. Who would it be? Charles Woods. Besides Reggie White. Hold on. Now I gotta think. M-Dog Tour, have a chance to watch Solo Leveling? No, I don't know what that is. Oh, hold on. I feel like Charles Woodson, maybe. Woodson? I think Woodson. Might be there. Heavy Use the Crown. I did, Wookie. It's a pretty good single. I actually listened to it today. So. Good. It's good. Dark Shadow, maybe. I still think Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings. No, I think Vikings are ahead of Bears right now. Vikings ahead of Bears. So, a lot of fantasy football analysts. Oh, I don't watch any fantasy football stuff. I don't. McKinney, dude. Eric, great start. Majora's Mask, of course. Come on now. Of course. Nick Collins, great. Oh, yeah. Great. Who would you next pick? Maybe the Bills. Probably the Bills, somewhere around there. But, yeah. Heavy the Crown is a pretty solid single. So, Alan at 5. Tom, wish you were in Wisconsin drinking a spotted cow, enjoying Bonfire. Thank you for everything you do. Chaotic good. Hey, we'll get there soon enough. We'll get there eventually. This is taking a little bit. Jesse at 5. Thoughts on Peter Schrager's Super Bowl prediction? Predicts Green Bay versus KC with Chiefs winning 3-peat. Calls it Chiefs Pete. I mean, I'll be happy to be in the Super Bowl, but I like that. But Packers win. Why? Because I don't want the Packers to lose. You might say, Tom, that's bias. And I would go, yes. Yes, it is. It's true. So, Motor City Machine Guns. Oh, I didn't know they debuted. No, I didn't know. Lover Stroud or Daniel in fantasy. Might be Daniel. Might be. But I think, honestly, either way, you're going to be fine. Yeah, Burrow, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good season right now. Yeah, moving next week. Not next week, good God. Next year. Good God, not next week. Not during the season. Nay. Rachel, you had 2. Okay, Rachel. After all this time, you're saying that if your team got to the Super Bowl again, you couldn't acquiesce just 1 and let the Packers win? Come on now. Car stream. That's it. Still driving. Come on, let's do the thing. You already won. And what do you like about post-World War I history? The social and cultural changes. Talking about, changes in views in religion, art, music, dancing. Hell yeah. We dope. So, come on now. Chiefs just got... Then you can win them after that. That's fine. But you already made history. You're fine. You're fine. Won 3 times, all that stuff, all that great stuff. You know what? Just don't. Just let the Packers get this one. Let's get the Packers. And if you say no, then, it's fine. Jordan Love will just do what he did to the Chiefs the last time they played. In front of Taylor Swift. That's right. I'm lame. So, the argument for a Bears fan to root for the Packers in the Super Bowl, you don't have to. I don't think there's going to be an argument I could give. I don't think so. I don't think Vikings versus Chiefs. God, no. Participant, we're trying. We're trying. I don't know if we'll succeed, but we're trying. We'll see. All right. Folks. That's true, Rachel. We do need to get past the 49ers first. That's true. Dean, it's fine. It's fine. You got all these other ones. It's fine. But folks, I appreciate the hell out of you. We went 3 hours this time. 3 hours for a Q&A. It's been a while. Sunday. You will see me all day. 95 Packers Lions NFC Championship. Should have gotten it last year. Would have been amazing. Would have been incredible. But yeah, 4 games on Sunday. The London game. Packers game. Chiefs 49ers. Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a time. So I will see you very, very soon and for a very long time on Sunday. So I appreciate the holiday. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you all. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go. Pen flip. I'm just going to go.